have been handed over to his office so far are, quote, just not good. And he says more information is needed. At the same time, he says he is not placing blame about what went sideways at the show. I'm Oscar Wells Gabriel.
He says he acted in self-defense. Kyle Rittenhouse on the stand yesterday in Kenosha, Wisconsin, telling the court he feared he was about to die when he shot several people, two of whom died. The defense requested a mistrial after the presiding judge rebuked a prosecutor for introducing apparently inadmissible evidence. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today's KSVIP is Chuck Joy. Chuck is celebrating a birthday on Saturday, November 27th. Chuck is also a World War II veteran. So on this Veterans Day 2021, be sure and reach out and thank Chuck Joy for his service during World War II and wish him a happy 101st birthday. Today, Chuck, you're going to receive a flower from Lovebud Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Chuck Joy.
Just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy. I wanna roll with the gangsters, but so far they all think I'm too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Really, really white and nerdy. My class there at MIT got skills.
Well, good morning and happy Veterans Day. Welcome once again to the Good Morning Artesia radio show. As we get ready for this Veterans Day, November 11th, 2021. And we've got some great guests coming up on the program today. We've got our all-star soccer players are going to be joining us a little bit later on this hour. The Coaches Association is changing up how they're doing the all-star games. In the past, they would name the all-star teams at the end of the school year, and then sometime in the summer following the school year, they would have these all-star games, and sometimes they were north-south all-star games, so they'd pit athletes from the north against athletes from the south, yada, yada, yada. Well, they've kind of changed it up a little bit, and so the all-star games take place a week or two or so following the conclusion of the season that they are all-stars for. So the All-Star Soccer Games are this weekend in Las Cruces, and Artesia had two to make the boys team and two make the girls team. So we're going to introduce those four All-Stars to you a little bit later on this hour. For example, the All-Star Football Games will be December 4th, and they'll be in Roswell, New Mexico at the Wool Bowl. And that team will be named about a week or so before. And then there'll be 160 football players that will converge on Roswell. There'll be the small school game at noon and the large school game at 3, and that'll be on December 4 in Roswell at the Wool Bowl. And instead of doing a North-South All-Star, they're doing a red-green. So you could have players from teams in the same district that would be on opposite sides of the field, if you will, when that takes place. And then there'll be an all-star basketball game in March, early April, following the basketball season, and so forth. So that's what we've got going on. So let's see. Okay, so we've got that. We've got the all-star soccer players coming in. Our Altruisans will be here in the 8 o'clock hour to remind everyone of their Feed Artesia food drive that is taking place this Saturday. Carol will be here from the Senior Center, give us our weekly report and update on the activities taking place at the Artesia Senior Center. Our friends from the Ocotillo will be here at 9:10, and we'll do our weekly update on activities coming up at the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center, and then we'll finish up. We'll continue to have our discussion about wars that have happened in the past in New Mexico as we get ready for Veterans Day with Michael Rebman from the Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center. And that'll finish up the show today. Then as soon as we're done with that, I've got to head over to Beige Veterans Park because the Veterans Day celebration will be taking place today at 11 o'clock. The Boy Scouts, one of the Boy Scout troops, is going to help us with the posting of the colors. Pastor Monty Lavelle will say the opening and closing prayers. We'll have the Artesia High School Band and third grade choirs performing the national anthem. We'll have a third grade choir patriotic melody. We will recognize the additions to the Wall of Honor at Beige Veterans Park. And then our keynote speaker is Mark Schinnerer of Kark Incorporated, and he's got a great presentation for us. And then the high school band will perform the Navy hymn this year, and then we'll have a trumpet ensemble to perform taps. So that will all be taking place at Beige Veterans Park. There will be limited seating for the older veterans. So if you get there early and you see some empty seats, you might want to just wait a little bit to make sure that any veterans that need a seat get those seats first. Otherwise, plan on just kind of standing around the park because the way we're going to do the program this year, we're going to fill the park with kids. So it's going to be a little different this year. It should be exciting and fun to watch. So that's at 11 o'clock. Hope to see you at Beige Veterans Park today. Carlsbad has a Veterans Day parade and ceremony today. They're going to start at Canyon Street at the, let's see, where will it start? Just Canyon Street to Green Street to James Street, out to the to their Veterans Park. Oh, okay. The Carlsbad CMS Administration Building, 408 North Canyon. That's where the parade will line up. Parade will leave at 9:30. It will go south on Canyon, left on Green Street across the Baton Bridge, then right on James Street and south to the Carlsbad Veterans Memorial Park. Okay, there it is. It's all explained on here. If I'd read, the ceremony will begin at the conclusion of the parade around 10:30. Featured speakers in Carlsbad will be Dennis Bankson, who piloted the Vietnam-era Huey helicopter that's on display in the Carlsbad Veterans Memorial Park. So there's a Huey helicopter there on display. And Dennis Bankson, who actually piloted that helicopter, will speak, along with Tim Messett, who piloted another helicopter in that same area. So that is going on today in Carlsbad. And again, they'll have a parade about 9:30 in the morning. They'll go south on Canyon, left on Green, across the Baton Bridge, then right on James and south to the Carlsbad Veterans Memorial Park. So that is taking place today down in Carlsbad. So a couple of celebrations honoring veterans here in Eddy County today. Depending on where you are, If you're in Carlsbad, why don't you line the parade route and go attend their ceremony? If you're here in Artesia, North Eddy County, come on out to Beish Veterans Park. The third graders are going to be there singing their patriotic melody, and should be a very nice program for you to attend. I think the weather's going to cooperate with us. Speaking of the weather, Steve-O, what kind of weather can we expect today?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty nice daytime high temperatures over the next couple of days. Looks like the weather pattern will stay fair with high pressure moving in behind a cold front. Sunshine today. Our afternoon highs around 70 and a little bit breezy, but not too windy. Overnight will be clear with upper 30s, and then we're looking at mid to upper 60s for the high on Friday and sunny. We're back to the low and mid 70s Saturday and Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, Steve-O, thank you very much. We've got some sunny skies out there as we get started this morning. 39 degrees here in the city of Champions. It's going to be sunny and 60 at 11 o'clock today. So it's going to be a very, very pleasant day for the Veterans Day program. Our humidity is at 47%. The dew point is 21. Winds are northerly at 9 miles per hour. Pressure at 30.18 and rising. Our air quality index is 29, so we have good air quality this morning. Sun will set at 4:58 this afternoon. Sun will rise at 6:25 tomorrow morning. Around the region, sunny and 40 in Carlsbad, and they should be in the low 60s around their parade and ceremony when the parade concludes. Roswell is sunny and 46, 44 in Hobbs, 41 in Albuquerque, 38 in Santa Fe, 31 in Cloudcroft, 37 in Ruidoso, 46 in Las Cruces. Mostly sunny, 33 in Farmington, sunshine 22 in Red River, 37 in Clovis, and over there in the free state of Texas, Lubbock, Texas has 42 degrees and sunshine there. Sunny and 39 here in Artesia. What do we have for food today? If your kiddos go to school and eat breakfast, they're going to have cereal and banana muffin. And if they eat the lunch in the school cafeterias, they're going to have roast turkey and gravy. Ooh, mashed potatoes, green beans, peanut butter fluff, and rolls. So it's roast turkey and gravy for lunch today in the Artesia Public Schools. We mentioned this yesterday. Senior meal site is closed today in honor of Veterans Day. So no senior meal site meal today. They will resume with their Friday meal tomorrow. Senior Center today, if you live in a free country, thank a veteran. That's a great message there. They'll have the exercise video at 8:15. The painting class is 9 to 11. Then after lunch, they'll have bridge, the open art studio. The Swedish weaving is at 1:30. They'll play some Texas Hold'em at 2 o'clock, and the exercise video will conclude the day at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Birthdays being celebrated today. Opal Graham has a birthday today, and Nan E. Clayton. Happy birthday to Opal and Nan, who are celebrating birthdays today. The Artesia schools on their calendar today, the only event they have listed is the Veterans Day celebration that we have been talking about this morning. Third grade Veterans Day program will be at Beish Park at 11 o'clock today. All right, I think that gets us through that particular segment. We'll take a look at other stuff going on in the news and so forth. That's coming up next on the Good Morning Artesia radio show.
The Bulldogs are back on the hunt for the NMAA 4A state championship. And this Saturday afternoon, your number 4 ranked Bulldogs are back home at the Bulldog Bowl, taking on the 5-seed Trojans of Mayfield High. KSVP AM and FM and KSVPTV.com are your home for all the action. Join Joby Hodling and Robbie Ballou for the Faith Baptist Church sideline show at noon and kickoff at 1. Bulldogs versus the Mayfield Trojans this Saturday starting at noon on KSVP AM and FM and online at KSVPTV.com.
Hi, Cambria here from the Artesia KFC Taco Bell. As a mother of 2 young boys, I know how hard dinner time can be. So let us take the stress out of your day and do the cooking for you. Come try our $35 fill-up meal. It includes 8 pieces of original recipe chicken, 10 extra crispy tenders, sides, biscuits, and a half-gallon of lemonade or Pepsi. It's everything you need for a complete family picnic. We hope to see you soon at your local Artesia KFC Taco Bell.
The lobby is open. Come dine with us at your KFC Taco Bell in Artesia.
Wait for it. It's coming. Spring River Park and Zoo present Race for the Zoo 2021. Saturday, November 13th, beginning at 9 a.m. It's a 5K with a 2-mile option. And you can run, walk, crawl, scuttle, whatever. With t-shirts for all races and awards and trophies for the fastest finishers. Proceeds go towards keeping our furry and feathered friends cared for. For more information, contact the Roswell Parks and Recreation Department at 575-624-6719. And register online at roswellconnect.com. Race for the Zoo 2021, November 13th, 9 a.m. at Spring River Zoo.
The demand for registered nurses continues to grow. Now is the time to apply for New Mexico's #1 ranked nursing program at ENMU Roswell. A new class of first-year students will be accepted for this coming January 2022 semester. Receive state-of-the-art training with experienced faculty who will prepare you for a rewarding career in nursing. Application deadline is November 5th. For more information, call 575-624-7401.
At PVT, we know that the demands of our network will be greater as people work from home and stay at home. We are ready for this. As always, there are no data caps for any PVT customer, and our priority is keeping you connected. We are still making repairs and installing new service for customers. If you need to reach us, get in touch over the phone at 575-748-1241. Online at pvt.com and through our PVT Connect app.
Have you noticed the days are getting shorter? This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but we're on the downhill side of the year, so every day is a couple of minutes shorter than the one before, even though your plants need plenty of food and water to keep them healthy. Like those globe willows that are turning yellow. A good dose of the right fertilizer will make them bright green again. No matter what the problems you're having, we probably have a cure at Roswell Seed Company, but come see us soon, because winter's coming, you know.
Welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Veterans Day 2021. Thank a vet today if you get a chance. A couple of stories in the news interest here. New Mexico state health officials say they're going to renew the indoor mask mandate. I didn't know if you were aware of that, but we do have a indoor mask mandate in effect in New Mexico. Hard to tell sometimes. According to the New York Times, so there you go, COVID-19 cases are surging faster in New Mexico than in any other state in the country. New Mexico, we are a leader in the state's COVID-19 cases. And it's interesting, I looked at the report yesterday, and they had about 1,300 new cases across New Mexico yesterday. The bulk of those cases, Bernalillo County, Doña County, and San Juan County, I think, were the three top counties that represented the vast majority of the new cases. And it's an interesting set of circumstances that you're looking at, because overall, around the world, COVID cases are declining. And I would be curious to know okay, are they declining in Africa? What did they do in Africa? Are they declining in India? What are they doing in India? There are some places where the cases have been going up, and that's in Europe and in North America. But I'd be curious to know, because you remember India had a really terrible problem with COVID infections and deaths. People were just piling up in the streets. They were dumping them into rivers. They didn't have enough oxygen. And then all of a sudden, we stopped hearing about India. So did everybody die in India? Or did they try some kind of treatment that seemed to have a positive impact on the population there in India? What happened in India, for example. I think this is all knowledge that people need to know as they try to digest all of this and figure out what's going on. Even within the country, in the United States, states like Florida have seen declining cases and caseloads. And in Florida, you've had a governor that has been fighting like crazy against mask mandates and vaccine mandates. Now, the governor in Florida has not said, don't wear a mask, don't get vaccinated. To the contrary, the governor said, you feel like you need to wear a mask, wear a mask. If your healthcare doctors, your professionals recommends, if you're in high risk, older, blah, 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 get the vaccine. What they've been railing against is the mandates that say that a government entity or a governmental body will mandate these vaccines. And we're seeing the effect it's having on the Border Patrol. We're seeing the impact it's having on the healthcare industry. We're seeing the impact that it's having on the travel industry, the trucking industry, the shipping industry, all of these things that are being affected in such a negative way by, in part, these vaccine mandates. So in New Mexico, we've got a lot of vaccine mandates. We've got a lot of mask mandates. Yet, and a matter of fact, according to the article here in KOB, 73% of New Mexicans 18 and older are fully vaccinated. So we have a mask mandate, we have a vaccine mandate, we have a fairly high percentage of compliance with the vaccine mandates, 73%. And so questions are being asked to the Department of Health. And so they had a press conference this week, and they said there's a number of factors contributing to the spike. One, you're not wearing your masks. They're saying reduced compliance with COVID-safe practices. So you're not wearing your masks. You're hanging out in groups of people. You're breathing on everybody. You're not social distancing. You've probably even stopped washing your hands. But I mean, that's one of the factors. And we're not going to deny that that's one of the factors, but it is a part of the picture. So they're saying the reduced compliance with the COVID-safe practice, coupled with the Delta variant, which is more contagious, is putting more stress on local hospitals. According to Dr. David Scrace, acting secretary of the Department of Health, quote, they are seeing way more patients than they thought possible. ICU occupancy rates are over 120%. The doctor said, we are struggling to make ends meet. I want to try and make sure people understand what this means. I don't know how many people are watching this press conference, but what it means is if one of the people watching this press conference has a heart attack right now, there's a good chance we won't have an intensive care unit for that person here in New Mexico. So that was the warning from Dr. Scrace yesterday. DOH expects those hospitalizations to continue to increase. In order to combat the surge, they are asking New Mexico to do more in the way of personal responsibility. They want you to get vaccinated, avoid large crowds, wear a mask, and get tested. State health officials plan to renew the public health order requiring masks indoors. And they also said the number of breakthrough cases are increasing, another component to this surge. Health officials said this is because New Mexico was one of the states to vaccinate the public the fastest. This is an interesting point here. Due to that, New Mexico is experiencing breakthrough cases earlier than other states. Officials now believe you are more likely to get a breakthrough infection at about 5.5 months since full vaccination. And I watched the doctor from England on the YouTubes again, and he talked about that. And he said that scientists are very disappointed in how long the vaccines lasted, how long the protections lasted. The single dose of the Johnson & Johnson, the 2 doses of the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccine. And it is quite clear, if you read the science and you take the politics out of it, that after about 5.5, 6 months, the effectiveness of the vaccines goes away, and it's going away rather rapidly. And so that's why there's a lot of discussion and a lot of talk about getting the booster shots, and they're starting to recommend people get the booster shots, especially if you're over 65 or you have a lot of health risks that could affect your health. And the one video I watched last night, the doctor said that hopefully, the hope is that the booster shot, whether it's the Moderna or Pfizer, and now you can mix and match. If you had the Moderna as your first one, you can get the Pfizer booster. Before they were worried about getting the vaccine and the flu shot. Now they're saying if you want to get the flu shot and the vaccine at the booster at the same time, you can do that at the same time. But some health experts are saying that with the booster, the hope is that the protection that the vaccine provides would last longer, and that another booster would not be needed in such a short period of time. But there's a lot of disappointment in some aspects of the healthcare community over just how this vaccine petered out so quickly. Apparently 5.5, 6 months out from when it was initially administered. And so you're seeing a lot of recommendations from folks, especially if you're over 65, get the booster. The booster added to the initial shots that you have pushes that protection percentage back up, and so that's going to be recommended for a lot of older folks and folks at risk. But you've also got some treatments that are coming out, and those could be hitting the market soon, maybe under experimental authority. And it could be that coupled with a booster shot and the potential for somebody being diagnosed as having a positive test result for COVID-19, that they could be taking one of these oral pill treatments, a couple pills a day over 5 days, and it affects the virus's ability to replicate in the body, therefore giving your body an opportunity to fight it off, and you're almost not going to wind up in a hospital or die if the tests of these oral applications come back to be positive as they are. But it is interesting to see what the data is showing right now. And here we are in New Mexico, highly vaccinated, yet we're seeing a surge in the number of cases, especially in areas like Albuquerque and up in the Four Corners region, where when the initial COVID virus was infecting and killing people across the state of New Mexico, we got vaccine, and we got a bunch of people vaccinated. Well, now we're seeing that maybe that vaccination protection is wearing off at a much more rapid pace than what was anticipated, and so we may be back at needing boosters to get us through this next deal. But in any case, don't anticipate the mask mandate indoors being lifted in New Mexico. They're planning on extending that again for a little while because of the data that's coming through and what's happening in the hospitals and stuff. 7:32. Let's see what Jared has dug up for you. Eric Butler is standing by with a sports update, and Kim Commando has your tech tip for Thursday. That's all coming up next.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Sorello. The New Mexico Department of Health is providing COVID-19 clinics at no cost to children ages 5 to 11. These are vaccine clinics at the following Southeast New Mexico locations: the Hobbs Public Health Office at 1923 North Del Paso Street. Walk-ins will be taken on Thursdays, except for today, after 1 to 4 p.m. And Lovington Public Health Office at 302 North 5th Street. They'll be vaccinating children 5 to 11 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 9 to 11:30. The Roswell Public Health Office at 200 East Chisholm Street. They'll be vaccinating on Fridays from 1 to 4 p.m. And in Carlsbad, the Walter Garrels Performing Arts Center at 4012 National Parks Highway. Vaccine clinics on Mondays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You do need to schedule an appointment, and parents need to create a profile and add their children to the profile at vaccinenm.org. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Now more than ever, you need to stay as healthy as possible. At Lowell's Pharmacy, we want to help by providing flu shots and COVID-19 vaccines. Now is the time to come into Lowell's Pharmacy for your flu shot. Employers can schedule with Lowell's to conduct a flu shot clinic at your place of business. And it's okay to get your flu shot and COVID-19 vaccination at the same time. You will have to register for your vaccine at nmvaccine.org. The key to staying healthy is exercise, eat nutritional foods, keep up your appointments with your doctor, and get the flu shot and COVID-19 vaccine at Lowell's Pharmacy, across from the hospital on North 13th in Artesia.
It's time for the Eddy County Sports Report. Well, it's been a rough couple of years as far as all-star games are concerned at the high school level because of, well, you know what it's because of COVID. But now they're back. And in fact, it might be even in a better format than it ever was. The all-star soccer games are taking place this weekend in Las Cruces. So instead of waiting the whole school year and then doing the all-star game, these soccer players, their skills are still fresh right now. They're going to hit the pitch and play against each other. And congratulations to Artesia girls Miley Whites and Kirsty Nielsen. They were both selected. These are seniors. And then for the boys, Artesia's Darius Bishop and Santi Gonzalez were also picked. Alexa Dugan from Carlsbad, she was selected to finish off a stellar high school career for the Carlsbad Cave Girls. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at KSVP Radio AM 990.
Cyber attacks are steadily increasing. These incidents now cost businesses $200,000 on average per insurance carrier Hiscox. I'm Kim Commando with how to make sure your business isn't a hacker's next victim, brought to you by SimpliSafe. This week, SimpliSafe is giving my listeners 50% off their award-winning home security. Visit simplysafekim.com. It's called penetration testing. You hire a professional team whose only job is to get into your company's networks, files, mobile devices, web applications, and servers to see what kind of damage they can do. They'll evaluate your entire IT infrastructure to find vulnerabilities. Penetration testing has 5 phases: reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, and then covering tracks. Most importantly, they'll test your employees. This is a fun exercise. Have the firm send phishing email to all your employees and see who falls for it. Remember, anytime a company gets hit by ransomware, it's a weak link no one knew about. Get tech smarts at commando.com. If you ever wanted to make your home feel safer, there's no better time than now. This week, my friends at SimpliSafe are giving my listeners 40% off their award-winning home security. I love SimpliSafe because it has everything you need to make your home safe. Indoor and outdoor cameras, comprehensive sensors, all monitored around the clock by trained professionals who send help the instant you need it. SimpliSafe was even named the best home security system of 2021 by U.S. News & World Report. You can easily customize the system for your home online in minutes. These are SimpliSafe's biggest discounts of the year. Get a complete home security system starting at over just $100 with no long-term contracts or commitments. Take advantage of SimpliSafe's early Black Friday deals and get 50% off your new home security system by visiting simplysafekim.com. Again, that's simplysafekim.com for 50% off your home security system. That's simplysafekim.com.
Turpinning & Son Mortuary of Artesia present a listing of today's obituaries. We do not have any new announcements or reminders to share with you today. This listing has been presented as a service by Turpinning & Son Mortuary of Artesia, where we make it personal. It is Veterans Day today. There is a Veterans Day celebration at Beige Veterans Park in front of Artesia City Hall, starting at 11 o'clock. What kind of weather are we going to see for today's Veterans Day program, Steve?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty nice daytime high temperatures over the next couple of days. Looks like the weather pattern will stay fair with high pressure moving in behind a cold front. Sunshine today. Our afternoon highs around 70 and a little bit breezy, but not too windy. Overnight will be clear with upper 30s, and then we're looking at mid to upper 60s for the high on Friday and sunny. We're back to the low and mid 70s Saturday and Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, Steve-O, thank you very much. Starting to warm up and be a very pleasant day today in Artesia, New Mexico. We've got sunshine, 43 degrees on the out of doors. Our humidity is at 40%. The dew point is 21 degrees. We've got northerly winds at 6 miles per hour. Pressure at 30.18 and rising. Our air quality index is 29, so we have good air quality. Got up to 78 for the high yesterday, 29 the low. 1 year ago, we had a high of 77 and a low of 24. Minimum 4-inch soil temps are between 55 and 56 degrees. Our sunset will be at 4:58 this afternoon. Our sunrise will be at 6:25. Again, at the 11 o'clock hour, when we have our Veterans Day program, it'll be sunny and 60. Sunny and 60 today. It's going to be very pleasant day. Carlsbad checking in with sunny and 42 at this hour, 47 in Roswell, 48 in Hobbs, America. Albuquerque, sunny and 43, 39 in Santa Fe, 33 at Cloudcroft, 39 at Ruidoso, 48 at Las Cruces, 34 at Farmington, 22 at Red River, 39 in Clovis, 44 in Lubbock, Texas, and in Artesia, we've got sunshine, 43 degrees. Once again, the Veterans Day program is today, 11 o'clock. The Boy Scouts are going to be doing the posting of the colors. Monty Lavelle is going to be leading the prayers. High school band will be there. The third grade choir will be there. And the guest speaker will be Mr. Mark Schinnerer of Kark Incorporated. And looking forward to his presentation. What was I told that was yesterday? Let me find that. History of the Star-Spangled Banner. There you go. That'll be fun. I bet a lot of the kids that'll be there may or may not have been taught that. I'm not sure where they are in the curriculum or in the history of the United States of America, but the history behind the Star-Spangled Banner is a history that we all should learn. We all should know what all that is. So looking forward to all of that coming up today at 11 o'clock. And then again in Carlsbad, they've got a parade and ceremony in Carlsbad. They're going to be lining up at the CMS Administration Building on North Canyon at 8:30 this morning. And then about 9:30, the parade will take off. They'll go down Canyon Street, turn east on Green Street, which is the Hobbs Highway. They'll cross the Baton Bridge, and then they'll turn right or go south on James Street to the Carlsbad Veterans Memorial Park. So they'll have their parade at 9:30, and then when everybody gets to the Memorial Park at the end of the parade, around 10:30 is then when they'll have their ceremony. And featured speakers in Carlsbad are Dennis Bankson and Tim Messett. And there is a Huey helicopter on display in the Veterans Park in Carlsbad. Dennis was the pilot for that Huey helicopter, and he's going to be there doing that. The hospital here in Artesia has a series of strategic planning meetings coming up. And as a matter of fact, they start today and go through Tuesday of next week. And if you want to be in virtually, you can. Otherwise, you can attend the meeting in person. Multiple meetings will be held to accommodate as many participants as possible. The strategic plan update meetings with interested members of the public. So if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, future ideas, concepts for the hospital here in Artesia, and you'd like to be a part of the planning session, you can go with an email, strategicplan@artesiageneral.com. Put your name, phone number, and what session would be the best one for you to attend. You can also call 575-736-8322. They'll have a session today at the hospital at 5:30. There's one tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. There's one on Saturday at 10 a.m., Monday at 7 in the morning, and then there's one more afternoon session on Tuesday at 5:30. So if you've got some thoughts and some concepts and some things you'd like to suggest that the hospital include in their strategic future plan, reach out to the hospital and see if you can attend one of these sessions. And again, it's strategicplan@artesiageneral.com, strategicplan@artesiageneral.com, and see if you can get on the schedule. All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll meet some all-star soccer players. That's coming up next on the Good Morning Artesia radio show.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits fell to a new pandemic low, 267,000 last week, as the job market recovers from last year's sharp coronavirus downturn. Workers at 3 separate Starbucks stores in and around Buffalo, New York, are expected to begin voting by mail this week on whether they want to be represented by Workers United, an affiliate of the Service Employees International Union. The National Labor Relations Board's regional office in Buffalo, which approved the vote last month, is scheduled to start mailing ballots and count the votes on December 9th. On Wall Street, the Dow down 240 points, closing at 36,079. The Nasdaq down 263 to 15,622, and the S&P 500 lost 38 points to 4,646. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Looking for a hot cup of coffee and a breakfast burrito to start the day? Brewer's got it. What about a midday snack or a pick-me-up? Brewer's got it. Dinner for the family after a long day? Brewer has what you need. Brewer's grill locations have extended hours, serving up all your favorites and brand new cravables, like their mushroom Swiss burger, their bacon and green chili chicken sandwich, and more. Find your nearest brewer online, then call ahead for super quick pickup. Fuel your smile at a locally owned brewer near you. Whatever you need. Brewer's got it.
Welcome to Answers with Ken Ham, presented by the Coalition of Christians for Biblical Creation and Brannon Financial Group of Artesia. CCBC is an interdenominational coalition of Christians from Artesia who believe that the account of origins presented in Genesis is a simple but factual presentation of actual events and provides a reliable basis for man's worldview and a framework for scientific investigation into the question of the origin and history of life. For more information, visit our website at www.greenhaw.com/ccbc.htm. Answers with Ken Ham is brought to you in part by Brannon Financial Group. Now, today's program presented by Brannon Financial Group of Artesia.
Thanking our veterans. This is Ken Ham, author of the books The Dinosaurs of Eden and Deers for Dinosaur. Today is Veterans Day in the United States. As we remember those who have sacrificed so much for our freedom, we want to say thank you. We're grateful for your sacrifice for our nation and future generations. But we also want to be reminded to stop and pray for America today. Freedom is under attack here in this nation, but it's not really an attack from outside, it's from within. Pray that the Lord will give people courage to stand up and fight against this attack. Pray that God will preserve our freedoms, and pray that if He doesn't, we'll have the courage to speak God's word and stand for Christ no matter what may happen as a result.
Discover more about the truth of God's Word, the Gospel, and more at AnswersRadio.com. And find resources to answer your questions about science at AnswersRadio.com.
Welcome back on Good Morning Artesia, and we have some all-star soccer players that have joined us in studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, come on. I know it's early, and we've all been kind of dragging here a little bit. So we're going to go around the room from my left to right. Let's see. Let's get the camera on you guys. All right. So we have Miley Whites. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You might have to speak up a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay. We've got Kirsty Nielsen. Good morning.
Good morning.
There we go. I hear that. Darius Bishop.
Good morning.
And Santi Gonzalez. Good morning. So when did you find out that you were all-star soccer players? How did that process happen?
They released it on Sunday, so my mom told me.
Okay. And was that when you guys found out, too?
Yeah, I got a call from my coach. Yeah. He told me, congratulations. I was like, I guess I made it then.
Well, that's pretty good. Where were you, Santi, when you got the call?
I was at home doing homework.
Homework, huh? Yeah. Trying to get caught up on that?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. And Miley, were you...
I was just at home with my family, and my coach texted me.
Texted you. Okay, so you got a call, right? Did you get a call?
Yeah.
My mom told me.
Your mom told you, and you just got a text. I don't know what that means, but something to think about. Well, let's see. The games are going to be in Las Cruces this weekend, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And all the girls' soccer game is first at noon. Where are they going to have you play?
I think same place, Field of Dreams. Since the boys' game is at 2, it's just going to be after.
At the Field of Dreams? Okay. Well, it's pretty cool. Are all of you seniors?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All of you seniors. So this is kind of a nice honor to be named to the All-Star team and do that. Both boys and girls, you had pretty good seasons this year. Got into the playoffs. That had to be exciting.
Yes, sir.
And, didn't quite go as far as you wanted to, but at least you were there and given the effort on that. Miley, let's start with you. Introduce your parents, your family. Let's get to know you just a little bit there.
My parents are Sarah and Anthony White.
Okay. Have any brothers or sisters?
I have 4 little siblings and then 2 older siblings.
Okay. Kirsty, introduce your family if you would.
My mom is Ginger and my dad is Lars Nielsen, and I have 2 younger siblings and 1 older sibling.
Okay, very good. Darius, I think you've introduced your family before. Go ahead.
My parents are Joy and Aaron Bishop. I have 4 siblings, 3 younger brothers, and an older sister.
Okay. Santi, how about you? I think your mom called here the other day.
Yeah, my mom is Sandra, and then my dad is Gerardo Rivas, and then I have a younger brother.
Younger brother. Well, that's great. Now, is soccer the main sport that you guys participate in, or are there any other sports or activities that you guys take part in at school?
Mostly just soccer.
Mostly soccer?
I do track. I do a lot of track.
Okay. What do you do on the track team?
Well, I just moved here, so I sprint and I do the long jump.
Okay. That's what you're planning to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where did you move here from?
El Paso, Texas.
El Paso, Texas. All right. Miley, are you from Artesia originally, or are you a move-in?
I moved here around this year.
Uh-huh.
From Vail, Arizona.
Okay. So, not much different?
Yeah, not really.
No, not really. Darius, are you a homegrown, or are you move-in too?
I've lived here all my life.
All your life. Have you ever been to Arizona or El Paso?
I have. I've been to those places. Arizona's too hot for me.
There you go. How about you, Santi? Are you a native Artesian, or did you move here?
I've been living here all my life as well.
Okay. Well, good. All seniors. If you've been thinking about what you're going to do after you graduate from high school, Santi, what have you been thinking about doing?
I've been trying to just see if I can keep playing in college and see if I can major in chiropractic or in real estate.
Okay. You could do both.
Yes, I'm trying to do.
You know, I'm gonna help you feel better about this deal that you're about to make, right? You know, you might be the first one to be the chiropractic real estate agent in your market. Darius, what about you? What have you been thinking about doing?
I'll probably continue playing in college and major in like sports medicine to become like a physical therapist, physical trainer.
Okay, you could be with his chiropractic real estate agency. Have you picked a college? Have you decided where you want to go yet, or you got some options?
Yeah, I have a couple options.
Okay, that you're thinking about. What are you thinking about?
This college in Oklahoma. It's called the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma, and then this college in Abilene called Hardin-Simmons.
Okay. Well, good luck with all of that. How about you, Kirsty? Have you're a senior now, so you got to be hopefully thinking about what you want to do after graduation.
Yeah, I'm thinking about playing soccer in college and going to cybersecurity and eventually join the Air Force.
Okay, well, that sounds good. Have you thought about which college to attend, or?
I have options too. I just haven't given it a whole ton of thought. I've been traveling across the U.S. a couple times, just trying to figure out which place best fits me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that. How about you, Miley? Have you thought about what you're going to do after graduation?
Well, I'm trying to decide if I'm wanting to go to college, or I was thinking about serving like a church mission thing. So.
Okay, well, that sounds great. What church do you attend here, if you don't mind me asking?
Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints.
Okay, well, that's good. And so you're just trying to decide which way you want to do on that. Do you guys have any, Kirsty, do you have any classes at school that you really like, or?
Soccer.
Other than soccer.
Well, I guess I just have to say my classes are easy for me. I only have 4, so it's more of the people in the classes than the subject itself. So.
Okay. So, which 4 classes are you taking?
English, pre-cal, government, and anatomy.
Government and anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sometimes we need to find out about the anatomy of the government, too. That's
true.
Something else to think about. Darius, how about you? What's your favorite class in school right now, or do you have one that you really enjoy?
I don't know, maybe econ. It's kind of interesting.
Okay.
Probably have to be my favorite, just learning how to budget money and everything, since I guess I'm going to need it in college.
We're going to need it now. I mean, we have inflation and a supply chain problem, so what can you tell us about those?
Okay, you don't want me to tell you about it yet.
No, I understand that. Everybody's trying to figure that one out. So, Miley, see, we asked you about your future plans, right? Okay. Or no, classes. Do you have any favorite classes that you like in school right now?
I don't really have a favorite. Probably English.
English? Okay. Who's the teacher?
Miss Jimenez.
Okay. So you're enjoying English. So that's good. Santi, how about you? What are your favorite classes in school, or do you have a favorite class?
I have two, but like it's just with the people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's language and history. Just the people around there are cool.
Pretty cool. So you like those? Any subject you're struggling with right now?
Math. Kind of hard.
Yeah. And the calculators don't always help, do they?
Not when we're using letters.
Good point. Darius, how about you? You're not struggling with anything.
No. It's not too bad this year.
It's not too bad. Miley, Kirsty, anything you guys need help with or struggling with, or no?
The teacher for my New Mexico history class fails to keep up with grades, so it's it's just sitting there, not going up.
Need to get in there and get that grade fixed, I guess, or something like that. Well, you were doing the cybersecurity. Maybe you could
Totally inspect it. Yeah,
do that. Well, let's talk about Saturday. You're going to be in Las Cruces playing in the All-Star Games. Have you seen a roster? Do you know who some of the other players are? Are you familiar with them, played against them during the year? Anybody that you're facing that's on your team that you remember just like having a lot of trouble with during the season?
One dude. Darius.
Hey there.
I'm just kidding.
So, but have you had any meetings yet, or have you met all these? Or that's part of the process for this weekend?
Yes, sir.
So, kind of what is the schedule that we'll have this weekend then?
We'll go up there, and I think we have a team meeting or something like that on Friday, and then we'll practice with the team. I'm not too sure what we do after that. I think we have free time after that. Maybe.
I think the award ceremony is before, and then we have practice after.
We have an award ceremony?
Yeah, on Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, you get an award.
I know that.
That's good. Have they named the coaches yet?
Yes, sir. Our coach is the coach from La Cueva.
Okay. And are you both on the same? You're both on the same team. Are you on the red or the green?
The red.
The red. You're on the red team. How about?
We're on the green team. We have 4 assistant coaches and a head coach from Centennial, I think, or some 5A school.
Okay. And 4 assistant coaches. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a lot of coaching going on the sideline. Well, that's good. And are you familiar with? You've seen the roster. Are you familiar with who some of your teammates are going to be? Mm-hmm. Anybody from around here? Or just people that you've seen or played against during the course of the
Just seen or played against, yeah.
Okay. Anybody you're looking forward to meeting?
Well, we're playing with the one of the top scorers for the Carlsbad team, so hopefully it'll be nice to see her or meet her.
Yeah. What do you hope to gain from this experience? What have you benefited from being a part of this process?
Maybe exposure, from college coaches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there'll probably be a few of those there. So
yeah, hopefully.
That'll be good. Now, do you have to wear a common uniform, or will you be in your school colors?
Yeah, I think they said that we were supposed to get jerseys or something like that. That they were going to give us jerseys.
Okay. Well, soccer jerseys can be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You see a few folks wearing them around. Not as many as some of the other sports and stuff, but
right.
Hopefully they're not cotton.
They're not what?
They're not cotton.
Oh, cotton.
They're dry fit.
Cotton's not a good thing.
No, especially if it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't be too terribly hot. So, well, I want to congratulate you. I know you've been probably getting a lot of texts and calls. Has that been a good feeling? Good to know that people are recognizing you and doing that.
Yes, sir.
Well, good luck, and I know you guys will represent Artesia well when you're in the Red-Green All-Star Games this weekend in Las Cruces. Saturday in Las Cruces, I think you said the girls' game is at noon, and then the boys right after about 2 o'clock. I'm not sure if it's going to be online anywhere to watch. I haven't seen anything on that. But
maybe NFHS. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, it might be, but I don't think the Las Cruces schools are in that system, so... Yeah. And they don't have us over there, so who knows what they're going to do. Santi Gonzalez, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And Darius Bishop, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Kirsty Nielsen, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And Miley Whites, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck to all of you, and have a wonderful experience, and good luck the rest of the school year, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's going to wrap up the 7 o'clock hour. This is KSVP Artesia, K229AS Artesia. It is 8 o'clock. Let's see if there's any of that.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. One of a series of military flyovers at Arlington National Cemetery on this Veterans Day. And there go the F-18 streaking across a clear blue sky over the tomb of the unknown soldier. A beautiful autumn day on the banks of the Potomac as America pays tribute to those who served.
It's time to, I think, if you know a veteran, it's time to pull them aside and say, just thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Our military affairs analyst, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Robert McGinnis, and President Biden will preside over the traditional wreath-laying ceremony later this morning at Arlington. The president, planning to sign the $1 trillion infrastructure bill early next week, paid a visit to the Port of Baltimore yesterday, talking up what he says are the benefits of that measure.
Here in Maryland, the president pointed to Baltimore's port as a blueprint on how to reduce shipping bottlenecks that have hampered the economy. He said the bipartisan infrastructure bill has billions of dollars for port upgrades, and he tried to convince Americans his agenda will help lower prices. For months now, the White House has insisted inflation will be short-term, but it has persisted much longer than many economists had expected. Greg Clugston with the president in Baltimore.
Citing the threat posed by record inflation, Senator Joe Manchin may delay a vote on the president's massive Build Back Better plan until next year. That, according to Axios, citing sources familiar with the situation. On Twitter, Manchin writes, from the grocery store to the gas pump, Americans know the inflation tax is real, and D.C. can no longer ignore the economic pain Americans feel every day. Watching Wall Street now, stocks are mixed. The Dow down 55 points. The NASDAQ is up 131 points. The S&P ahead 14. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Your pets have the same energy they used to? Do they have problems with itching, scratching, a dull coat, or goopy ears? Then your pets need Dinovite.
DINOVITE.com.
For over 20 years, pet owners have trusted Dinovite to supplement their pet's diet.
We started Dinovite, and in our first stock, we noticed a difference.
Dinovite is an all-natural daily supplement made from whole foods that help support your pet's immune system, digestion, skin, and coat.
Within 3 weeks, he's not scratching and itching, and he's an all-around happier dog.
Today's commercial pet foods are processed at high temperatures, which bakes out all the essential goodness. These processed foods can lack the essential vitamins, enzymes, and probiotics that contribute to overall good health. Adding a scoop of Dinovite to your pet's food bowl is the answer.
If you love your pets as much as I do, you'll want to do what's best for them to live long, healthy, happy lives.
I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. All 4 of them are on the Dinovite.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
DINOVITE.com.
The United States and China are now vowing to cooperate in fighting climate change.
Less than a week ago, the U.S. President Joe Biden criticized his Chinese counterpart, saying it was a mistake for Xi Jinping to not show up at the Glasgow Climate Change Summit. This week, a surprise pledge from the 2 countries to work together on climate commitments, among them cutting methane emissions, phasing out coal, and protecting forests. Groups like Greenpeace and the World Wildlife Fund welcomed the change in tone, but argued that both countries now needed to unveil immediate concrete actions. More details could emerge soon. Mr. Biden and Mr. Xi are expected to engage in direct talks at a long-awaited virtual summit next week, as both sides express the desire to diffuse simmering tensions.
And that is BBC correspondent Celia Hatton reporting. News and analysis at townhall.com. Actor Alec Baldwin among those being sued in connection with the fatal shooting on the set of the movie Rust.
Filing the lawsuit, the head of lighting on the film that saw its production stop cold after Alec Baldwin fired a prop gun, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Sergei Svetnoy is claiming that there was negligence on the set and says that caused him severe emotional distress that will haunt him forever. His lawsuit says the bullet that killed Hutchins narrowly missed him, and he held the cinematographer's head in his hands as she died. It is the first known lawsuit of what is expected to be many, stemming from the October 21st shooting, which also injured Rust director Joe Souza. I'm Oscar Wells Gabriel.
Germany's National Disease Control Center reporting a record high number, more than 50,000 daily coronavirus cases. Once again on Wall Street this hour, stocks mixed. The Dow down 73 points. The NASDAQ is up 111. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is Chuck Joy. Chuck is celebrating a birthday on Saturday, November 27th. Chuck is also a World War II veteran. So on this Veterans Day 2021, be sure and reach out and thank Chuck Joy for his service during World War II and wish him a happy 101st birthday. Today, Chuck, you're going to receive a flower from Lovebud Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Chuck Joy.
They see me mowing my front lawn. I know they're all thinking I'm so white and nerdy. Just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy. I wanna roll with the gangsters, but so far they all think I'm too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Really white and nerdy. My class there at MIT. Got skills, I'm a champion of D&D. MC Escher, that's my favorite MC.
Hey, welcome back to the Good Morning Artesia radio show.
You'll find that they're quite stationary. All of my action figures are cherries.
I wonder if this story is true. I saw this on the internet.
People begging for my top 8 spaces. Yo, I know pie to a...
So you know it's most likely to be true. This is out of Lansing, Michigan. As fuel prices skyrocket across the country, already dealing with porous and insecure borders, the Biden administration confirmed it will shut down an oil pipeline in Michigan so it can be repurposed to carry illegal immigrants into the heart of America. Critics question whether the Biden administration's decision to decrease the availability of gas while increasing the flow of illegal immigrants is a good decision, but those people are racist, according to experts. We were told by MSNBC just this morning that inflation is actually a good thing, said Press Secretary Jen Psaki. That's why this new migration pipeline will be good for America in both increasing gas prices as well as helping voters, immigrants, start a new life in America. When asked if allowing mass illegal immigration is a desperate attempt to increase potential Democrat voters following the wave of defeats from the 2021 elections in states like Virginia, Psaki clarified that the sole purpose of the pipeline was to help immigrants and that the pipeline's name, Voters for 2022 XL, was just circumstantial. Biden administration has also announced plans to dump shipping containers into the ocean and repurpose the empty cargo ships for transporting illegal immigrants up to Canada so they can ride the newly repurposed pipeline. So, yeah, that's that ought to be at the top of all the news stories there. We'll have to see if there's any additional information we need to be aware of there with all of that. Voters for 2022 XL, the name of the new pipeline that will be used to carry illegal immigrants into the United States instead of oil. I saw it on the internet. I read that story on the internet. It's got to be true. It's got to be true. Let's see. Veterans Day celebrations taking place today. If you have time, if you can cut away from your busy workaday day and come by Beish Veterans Park, which is in front of Artesia City Hall, if you can come by at 11 o'clock this morning, we would certainly encourage you to do so. Bring a veteran with you. If you are a veteran, come on out. It starts at 11 o'clock. We'll have the posting of the colors by the Boy Scouts. Pastor Monty Lavelle will be leading the prayers. We'll have the third grade choir will be singing a patriotic melody. The high school band will be performing. And the guest speaker will be Mark Schinnerer of CARC Incorporated, and he's going to be the keynote speaker talking on the history of the Star-Spangled Banner. Carlsbad has a Veterans Day parade and memorial today. The parade's going to gather at the CMS Administration Building on North Canyon at 8:30. They're going to leave the parking lot at 9:30, go south on Canyon, left on Green across the Baton Bridge, then south on James to the Carlsbad Veterans Memorial Park. They'll get there around 10:30. That's when their ceremony will take place. And they've got a couple of chopper pilots that are going to speak, Dennis Bankston and Tim Messett. Dennis actually piloted the Huey that is on display at the Carlsbad Veterans Memorial Park, and Tim Messett was a pilot in that same area. So that's in Carlsbad. So it's good to see that there's these celebrations taking place honoring our veterans here in Eddy County. What kind of weather are we going to encounter for these? Let's take a look.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty nice daytime high temperatures over the next couple of days. Looks like the weather pattern will stay fair with high pressure moving in behind a cold front. Sunshine today. Our afternoon highs around 70 and a little bit breezy, but not too windy. Overnight will be clear with upper 30s, and then we're looking at mid to upper 60s for the high on Friday and sunny. We're back to the low and mid 70s Saturday and Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Right now, we've got sunshine, 49 degrees across all of Artesia. Our humidity is at 34%. Our dew point is 22 degrees. Our winds are northerly at 9, pressure at 30.19 and on the rise. Our air quality index is 27, so we have good air quality today. Sunset will be at 4:58 this afternoon. Sunrise will be at 6:25 in the morning. We had a high yesterday of 78 and a low of 29. 1 year ago, we had a high of 77 and a low of 24. Minimum 4-inch soil temps between 55 and 56. Why it's 4-inch and not 10-inch soil temps or surface soil temps or 6 feet under soil temps? That one we don't want to know. That would be not good. Anyway, if you're going to the Veterans Day celebration, it's going to be about 61 degrees and sunny at 11 o'clock this morning, so it should be a very, very nice day. Sunny and 48 in Carlsbad, 49 in Roswell, 51 in Hobbs around New Mexico. Sunny and 47 in Albuquerque, 40 in Santa Fe, 36 in Cloudcroft, 43 at Ruidoso, 51 in Las Cruces, mostly sunny and 37 in Farmington, sunny and 23 at Red River, 46 at Clovis, and over there in the free state of Texas, they've got sunshine and 46 degrees in Lubbock. Buddy Holly would be happy. Sunny and 49. He would need that 6 foot under soil temp, yeah. He would now, that's right. Okay, we're going to take a break and be right back.
The Bulldogs are back on the hunt for the NMAA 4A state championship. And this Saturday afternoon, your number 4 ranked Bulldogs are back home at the Bulldog Bowl, taking on the 5-seed Trojans of Mayfield High. KSVP AM and FM and KSVPTV.com are your home for all the action. Join Joby Hodling and Robbie Ballou for the Faith Baptist Church sideline show at noon and kickoff at 1. Bulldogs versus the Mayfield Trojans this Saturday starting at noon on KSVP AM and FM and online at KSVPTV.com.
For over 77 years, you've counted on Forest Tire Company. Forest Tire knows that just being there for you is what matters most. That's why Michelin packs more innovation inside its tires to maximize performance without sacrificing capabilities, so you can continue to go the extra mile to be there for the ones who matter most. Be it your car, truck, RV, or semi, trust your tires to the folks who know more about tires than anyone else. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
A good night's sleep is so important. Did you know that proper sleep supports a healthy heart, decreases chances of weight gain, and boosts a positive mood? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. It doesn't matter your age, sleeping issues can make any of us reach for that all-day cup of coffee. If you know you are not sleeping because of severe snoring or sleep apnea, come visit us. We can make you a small oral appliance that will help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 622-4455.
When was the last time a bank asked you about your needs or your goals? When you're a member of Artesia Credit Union, you get to use your money for something more important than fees and finance charges. You get to use your money for you. Membership is open to anyone who calls New Mexico home. Become a member of Artesia Credit Union today and see what your partners can do for you. North 5th Street in Artesia or online at artesiacu.org. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA.
If you're faced with a decision on your current job and career path, please consider an advertising sales position with Pecos Valley Broadcasting Company. We have a veteran sales staff to work with and learn from. We represent 5 radio stations and an online platform that reaches thousands of listeners and viewers across the Pecos Valley and beyond. We pay a base salary and expense reimbursement, plus a generous commission plan. Within your first year, you could be earning $35,000 to $40,000 with room for growth. You won't be stuck in an office. You'll have lots of time for your family, and will never ask your vaccination status. If you're interested, email jobs@pvbcradio.com and ask to speak with General Sales Manager Thomas Beard today. Pecos Valley Broadcasting Company is an equal opportunity employer. Welcome back on Good Morning Artesia, and we are back with Feed Artesia, and joining us today from Altrusa, Sue Pemberton. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning. How are you?
I never know which hat you're wearing when you come into the studio.
Well, let's see. I've only got one hat these days, just Altrusa.
Just Altrusa.
Yeah,
okay. Well, that's good. And Nancy Taddick.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
All right. Now, and I wasn't going to say anything. So, well, glad you could come back. The big day is coming up on Saturday. And then there's something else going on Saturday, but there's the Feed Artesia, and then I heard there's like a football game or something going on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't know.
But your Feed Artesia is before the football game. So that's coming up on Saturday. Let's just kind of cover the basics. Where will you guys be on Saturday morning?
From 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., we will be in the Fens parking lot and accepting donations for food, canned goods, dry goods, non-perishable, and toiletries. And we're going to disperse that to 3 different agencies within Artesia, Packs of Love,
okay,
the Artesia Emergency Relief, and St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry.
Okay. And is the distribution going to happen pretty much right away after this weekend, or do you have a couple more days of gathering?
We will take what we receive, and if we can distribute it that day, we will. If not, then we will have to wait a couple days to get it to them. But
okay. But it's going to these entities right away after.
Yes, sir.
You collect.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great. Do you have like big boxes all lined up and ready to go? People just drop it in?
I'm letting Ashley Mason take care of that. She's probably listening to it right now, laughing, oh, okay.
Better get that done.
Yeah, we need
we will figure it out. We're very good at working on the fly.
Yeah. Well, you can fill up the back of a pickup truck or
exactly.
something like that.
Ashley does have a very nice pickup. We could fill.
Yeah, we filled a lot of things.
Yeah.
People bring trailers down there, and we put stuff on there. And we have our students of the month help put it all together, and I think the Boy Scouts probably help.
We also
take it
will
to
be
the,
having the Girl Scouts come in
Girl
as well
Scouts.
to help gather. So,
well, that's good.
Yes.
That's always helpful to kind of show them what it's like to get involved in the community and help out with the community. These agencies that you're helping out, Packs of Love, is that backpacks? What is, do you know, can you talk a little bit about what these different groups are? And I know Artesia Emergency Relief, they help folks that have a fire or something like that.
Yes, that is correct. So Packs of Love, I work for First American Bank, and so we also, before COVID, we went over to the church, and basically it ended up being these lovely colored grocery sacks, plastic grocery sacks to denote which school was getting, which color that week, and we just, fill it full of goodies, food, macaroni, instant macaroni and cheese, that kind of stuff, or microwavable macaroni and cheese, granola bars, all some fruit, just to hold the kids over the weekend.
Okay. So, yeah, it's the small things that they would like in that, the fruit cups, that kind of thing.
Right.
That no canned things that you can't open. I guess you can do
right.
canned
well,
things.
we do that. Sometimes there's like soup and raviolis and top ramens and stuff that's easy to make. So yes.
So those are kind of geared towards the kids.
Yes, they are.
Because they get the school lunches and programs Monday through Friday, but on the weekends is to kind of help them out.
Exactly.
And do that. And then the emergency relief we talked about, and I think the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry is kind of a similar program that that helps folks in need. So really, you can kind of sort of think about that when you're going through the grocery store on Saturday. And
and Finn's has some pretty good sales on right now that you can go get like a case of anything and be a lot cheaper, about half price, I think.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I know for a while there back last fall when the pandemic was affecting everything, my mother-in-law likes chicken noodle soup, and you couldn't even get chicken noodle soup, It's like, what are we going to do? I'm not killing a chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I don't think it's quite that quite that type of situation nowadays. So people should be able to find things that they could donate. So if you're thinking about the little kids, that's when you want to think about the little
quick
easy open oatmeal, some stuff that's easy to prepare that a child probably could prepare.
Right, and then for the adults and for the families, then you can think about the other items to help them out.
And also, Thanksgiving is coming, so it would helpful for sugar and flour and things to do for Thanksgiving dinners and things like that. And are they doing certificates for turkeys and things like that? Are we using donations to get certificates?
I don't know.
That's what we've been doing before.
And there's supposedly, like everything else, there's supposedly an issue getting turkeys. Or at least we're being told that there may be an issue getting turkeys. And so a lot of people are going out now to try to get the turkeys before that becomes an issue for Thanksgiving. It's a weird time that we're in right now.
Yes, it is.
And
be ready for it to be over. If it ever is.
I thought it was going to be over at the end.
It'd be nice if the supply chains would open back up. And
well, we're not going to have that discussion yet.
Best not.
Now, you mentioned the Students of the Month. Are these high school students that...
yes, they're seniors, and we have one a month for Artesia, and they help us do things. They help with our smorgasbord and anything road pickup, trash pickup.
And, along the road.
Yes, along the road.
Along the road.
Just whatever we need them to do, they are real helpful. They get points for this, and they also get scholarships from us, and so they're very big help too. And I think they really have a good time doing it. We like to have their help.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you'll have some of those students will be helping out on Saturday.
And it's not only girls anymore. We also, it used to be Girls of the Month, but then we've changed it, of course, to Students of the Month. So we've had several young men.
Yeah, before they come make you. So got to do those things. Now, you also mentioned smorgasbord.
Yes.
And that has been an interesting process the last couple of years, but it is going to happen this year?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. It will happen in February of 2022. And as far as we know, we're going to have it at the same venue as we did last year.
Yes.
And I think we're going to go with the drive-through again. It was very easy. And we kept those students of the month hopping. Let me tell you, I think they really got their steps in between going from, taking the orders, going in, getting the orders, and then shooting out on the other side of the building to deliver the orders. So it was great.
And we really changed the menu a lot too, from turkey and all that stuff to enchiladas, which were very good. And we got a lot of good feedback on that, and it's so less expensive to do that, and it was very good, and we decided that that's what we're going to continue to do. It's so much easier, and I think everybody enjoyed it. Most people did.
Yeah, no, they were good. Yeah. There was no question about that.
And it cost less for them too, because we didn't charge as much. So.
Right, but you were still able to fundraise.
Yes, absolutely. It is our biggest fundraiser of the year.
Okay, so. For those that are not familiar with Altrusa, other than smorgasbord and collecting food and having students of the month, what does Altrusa do? What are some of your other projects and programs that...
Well, there's a list somewhere. I can't even name them all.
We do all kinds of things.
Sure.
In the early fall, we for Grammy's house, they give us a list of students and what they need, and we go and we spend we spent almost $700 this year, getting backpacks and school supplies and thermoses and lunch boxes and stuff that they really need. And school supplies are expensive.
Yes, they are.
They really are. So we do that.
And this year we gave a very nice donation to the Haven of Hope that's coming in.
Right.
And so I think they were pretty excited about that. That was one of our larger donations that we've done.
Yeah, they're getting pretty close to.
Yeah. Oh, it's looking nice out there, too.
It really is. We're looking forward to, once they get their occupancy, to get a tour and walk through that.
Yeah, that'd be nice. So there's a number of different community organizations and things that Altrusa supports. Still sell knives?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
It's one of our big fundraisers. We sell those all the time. You can get them at Brown Drug anytime, and if you need to place an order, we will put an order in, and I think it just did place
Ashley
an order.
just placed an order yesterday evening, I believe, to restock for the holidays. So
I was going to say, Christmas is coming up, and they make great gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they
and you're helping the Altrusa Club, but right, Brown Drug has them there, or you can order them there all the time.
That's correct.
That's a good reason to go there.
Yeah, that's right.
So, well, good. Saturday, November 13th, starting at 9 a.m., you'll be out at Fenn's Country Market in Artesia, and we'll know that you're there. I mean, we'll look for Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts, or
just look for us.
You just see a group of people standing around with boxes. Come on down.
Come on down. So when you go in to go buy your groceries, buy a few extra items and donate those to the Feed Artesia program. And again, you're looking for canned goods, dry goods, non-perishables, toiletries, and then for the Packs of Love kids, the easy to make snacks or easy to access snacks that kids can have on the...
Yes. And we do take money donations.
You do?
We do.
We do.
Well, that's probably helpful too, because then you can route it to where it needs to go if you're short on a few things over there. Well, good deal. Are you guys inviting people to join Altrusa?
Anybody. It used to be a lot more strict. I mean, you had to be in a job and you had to be this and that, but then they relaxed the rules a little bit, and so you can be a homemaker or whatever. But we do not allow men, but we don't have any men in there. But it's kind of like Boy Scouts, girls can join Boy Scouts, but why would you want to? But anyhow, they're welcome if they want. Yeah.
But okay, and you guys meet regularly, and then
once a month. Yes, on
once a month.
The first Monday. third Monday of the month at night at 5:30 at First Christian Church.
Okay.
We used to do it 2 times a month, but it got to where everybody was so busy and they kind of went just one night.
That kind of happens nowadays.
Yeah.
Everybody gets just busy with life and everything that's going on. So that's great. Well, anything else we need to talk about for Waltrusa today?
I think anything.
I think we're good.
Just everybody come and donate.
Well, can we talk about Ashley? She's not here, so is there...
Oh, well, Ashley, you know. She's like a superwoman. I don't know how she does everything she does. Seriously, she boggles my mind.
Yeah. Well, we did learn she has a nice truck.
She has a nice truck that we want to totally fill up with food donations and stuff like that. Absolutely.
So,
and if we can fill it up even more than Ashley's truck, that would be great.
That would be great. All right, Saturday, and so you can. I'll take a page from the Barking Guy's book because the Barking Guy likes to plan everybody's Saturday.
Yeah, there you go.
So you can go to Feed Artesia and donate food. Then I think there's a blood drive over at Hotel Artesia, so you can go donate blood, and then you can go to the football game at the Bulldog Bowl, which is at 1 o'clock. So
there you go.
And if you don't want to go to the football game and you're a veteran, there's a Boots and Badges celebration out at Sun Country Saturday afternoon as well. So if you don't want to go to the football game, you can go to the Boots and Badges thing.
There you go.
Have we got your Saturday planned?
Got it done.
Pretty much. There you go.
We got it done. All right, Sue Pemberton, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nancy Tannick, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And good luck on Saturday. We'll probably see you there.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
And don't throw the food at the ladies.
Yes.
Just place it. Yeah, place it.
Marshmallows.
All right, thanks a lot. We're going to break for news. Eric has our sports report and the Cowboys report. Woo!
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Sorello. The New Mexico Department of Health is providing COVID-19 clinics at no cost to children ages 5 to 11. These are vaccine clinics at the following Southeast New Mexico locations. The Hobbs Public Health Office at 1923 North Del Paso Street. Walk-ins will be taken on Thursdays, except for today, after 1 to 4 p.m. And Lovington Public Health Office at 302 North 5th Street. They'll be vaccinating children 5 to 11 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 9 to 11:30. The Roswell Public Health Office at 200 East Chisholm Street. They'll be vaccinating on Fridays from 1 to 4 p.m. And in Carlsbad, the Walter Garrels Performing Arts Center at 4012 National Parks Highway. Vaccine clinics on Mondays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You do need to schedule an appointment, and parents need to create a profile and add their children to the profile at vaccinenm.org. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
It's time for the Eddy County Sports Report. Well, it's been a rough couple of years as far as all-star games are concerned at the high school level because of, well, you know what it's because of COVID. But now they're back. And in fact, it might be even in a better format than it ever was. The all-star soccer games are taking place this weekend in Las Cruces. So instead of waiting the whole school year and then doing the all-star game, these soccer players, their skills are still fresh right now. They're going to hit the pitch and play against each other. And congratulations to Artesia girls Miley Whites and Kirsty Nielsen. They were both selected. These are seniors. And then for the boys, Artesia's Darius Bishop and Santi Gonzalez were also picked. Alexa Dugan from Carlsbad, she was selected to finish off a stellar high school career for the Carlsbad Cave Girls. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at KSVP Radio AM 990.
Hey everyone, with today's Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. Dallas not only adds a kicker to the roster, they have a big play receiving threat returning to the lineup. Details after this.
Becky Hammond on being the first woman to coach in the NBA.
What if it's no big deal that I'm a woman? What if it's about striving for excellence and being the best me without the label?
It's not about where others say you should be. It's about where you want to go. It's about a financial services company that focuses on your measures of success. Whether it's for your home or business, we offer personalized service and expert advice to help you achieve your unique goals.
Visit swbc.com for financial services without the labels.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching grandma how to video call and teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
With kicker Greg Zuerlein on the COVID list, the Cowboys had a tryout yesterday at kicker and decided to sign Liram Hajrullahu to the practice squad. He'll be insurance if Zuerlein doesn't clear protocols in time for Sunday's home game against Atlanta. The Cowboys do plan to have receiver Michael Gallup return this week after he missed the past 7 games with a calf injury. CeeDee Lamb can't wait to have MG back in the lineup.
I'm very excited. A lot of people know what MG can do, and if you don't, you'll find out real soon. The guy's a playmaker. He's a phenomenal teammate. Can't wait to see him touch the end zone a couple times here soon, and I'm ready to cheer him on.
In other injury news, left tackle Tyron Smith missed another practice because of a sore ankle. With the boys at the Star, I'm Christy Scales.
I just found a clock that didn't get reset. And I just realized that. And so, fortunately, it's not too difficult to set. We've got this older clock down the hallway, clock radio, and it's part of our antique classic radio displays that we have in the building here. And that one, I was having a heck of a time getting it to reset because it had one button. It had slow and fast. And and you could move it forward, and you didn't go forward or back, so whatever. And we were falling back an hour, so it was, like 11 o'clock a.m., and I had to go to 10 o'clock a.m., which means I hit the fast button, and it was flying through the day, and then you'd have to stop so you could hit the slow button, but whenever I hit the stop, it would jump ahead another 2 hours. And so I fought with that sucker for a good 15, 20 minutes before I finally got it to do what it was supposed to do. So, but then I just realized this clock here, and the clock I look at it more for the minute and the seconds, not so much for the hour. But I just realized I had it on the wrong. It was still at 9. It's telling me it was 9:22, and I'm talking with Sue and Nancy, and I'm like, 9:22. If it's 9:22, it should be Candace and Lindsay. But it was 8:22. So, but anyway, we got it all figured out. There is volleyball action that's going to be taking place this weekend. The Lady Bulldog volleyball team and the Goddard Rocket volleyball team are in the next round, the first round of the state volleyball tournament, the Rudy's Real Texas Barbecue State Volleyball Tournament, if I got that sponsorship correctly. And we're not able to do video from there, but we are going to do radio from Rio Rancho, from the Rio Rancho Event Center. So Joby Hodling is going to be there on Friday. Kelly McDonald is going to be there on Saturday. And whatever games are being played will be covered on Friday with Joby. So 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, as soon as this show is done, we're going to go to the Rio Rancho Event Center and Joby Hodling, and we're going to listen to the Goddard-Roswell volleyball game. Now, if you want to watch it, I don't think it's going to have any video. They tend to not do the preliminary games, just the championship games. I could be wrong. They may have an automated system in there and can do that, but just check the NFHS network and see if that game will be streamed on their platform. You will have to purchase a subscription to the NFHS network. It's like $11 a month. But what you could do is you could go ahead and sign up for it for the month and then automatically cancel, uncheck the automatic renewal so that you're just paying for 1 month subscription. And it's a 30-day from, it's not like you're buying a November subscription on the 11th of November. I think it's a 30-day thing. So you could buy the subscription now, and then you could watch the volleyball games this weekend if Artesia Goddard are in them. You could watch the championship football game, which will be Thanksgiving weekend, and that would be included in your subscription. And then you would cancel it, and you wouldn't have to worry about it until next spring or when the basketball playoffs take place. We will be doing radio and video of the Roswell Goddard game tomorrow night, football game. We'll be doing radio and video of the Artesia Mayfield game tomorrow, Saturday afternoon. And those will be on the KSVP TV platform, the Facebook pages, the YouTube channel, and they'll be free of charge thanks to our sponsors. So when you see the sponsors or hear the ads in the game, if you do, think about it, make a mental note, go frequent those businesses, do business with them, and if you can, and at the minimum, just thank them for making these broadcasts possible on radio and TV, because without their financial support, it would be impossible for us to be able to go and do all these games and make these broadcasts possible. Now, if you're going to go to Albuquerque, Rio Rancho for the volleyball tournament, if you're going to go to the football game on Saturday, all ticket sales are digital online. You have to buy them on your smartphone. There's an app if you have an iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone, if you have an Android phone, you can just go open up Google and go to gofan.co. Gofan.co. Tickets are $10 plus a $1.25 service charge. And so you buy them on your phone, and then you bring the phone with you when you come to the game or when you go up to Rio Rancho this weekend. And then you'll show your phone with your ticket purchase on there, and then that will allow you to have entrance to the game. If you need help getting this, getting your phone set up to do this, or getting the process done, making the purchase, what you can do is go by the ticket office at the pit 1 to 4 this afternoon. 1 to 4 this afternoon, and there's folks there that will help you get that all configured and all set up. So 1 to 4 this afternoon at the pit. They'll help you with the volleyball tickets if you need volleyball tickets, or with the football ticket for the Saturday football game. Good news, if the Bulldogs take care of business and beat Mayfield on Saturday, their next opponent in the semifinal round would be played at the Bulldog Bowl. It would either be Farmington or Santa Teresa. Farmington owes Artesia in the home-and-home situation. And since there's no semifinal or final history between Artesia and Santa Teresa, it reverts to the higher seed, and Artesia would be the higher seed in that situation. It'd be a 4-8 situation if that happened. So the Farmington-Artesia game will be in Artesia at the Bulldog Pit. And again, that depends on the Bulldogs taking care of business Saturday and beating Mayfield. If they beat Mayfield, we'll be playing the following weekend here in Artesia against either Farmington or Santa Teresa. On the other side of the bracket, Goddard and Roswell meet on Friday night. Los Lunas and Belen meet on Saturday. And the winners will meet in the semifinals the following weekend. And we'll see how that turns out as well. What kind of weather are we going to have for this Veterans Day today, Steve?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty nice daytime high temperatures over the next couple of days. Looks like the weather pattern will stay fair with high pressure moving in behind a cold front. Sunshine today. Our afternoon highs around 70 and a little bit breezy, but not too windy. Overnight will be clear with upper 30s, and then we're looking at mid to upper 60s for the high on Friday and sunny. We're back to the low and mid 70s Saturday and Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, welcome back. Let's take a look at our current conditions right now. Sunshine, 50 degrees here in Artesia, New Mexico. Our humidity is 35%. Dew point is 23 degrees. Winds are northerly at 8 miles per hour, which is about what they're going to be today. The barometric pressure is 30.18 and is rising. Our air quality index is 27. We have good air quality. We had a high yesterday of 78, a low of 29. 1 year ago, we had a high of 77 and a low of 24. Minimum 4-inch soil temps are between 55 and 56 degrees. The sun will set at 4:58 this afternoon and will rise at 6:25 in the morning. If you're going to go to Bash Veterans Park for the Memorial Day program today at 11 o'clock, it'll be sunny and 61. They're getting set up over there right now. And we're looking forward to bringing that program to you on our website and our social media pages. So it'll be at ksvptv.com, and it will be on our Facebook and YouTube channel as well at 11 o'clock today. And I think you'll be very intrigued at how the setup's going to be, because we're going to spread the kids out throughout that whole park. And if you get there and there is seating there, please preserve those seats for the older veterans who hopefully will be there today to celebrate with us, or allow us to celebrate them. So obviously when the program gets going, if there's some empty seats, you're more than welcome to sit. But when you first get there, just kind of plan on standing around the park to enjoy the program, and we'll leave those seats for the vets that need them, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's take the break. We'll see what else is going on. That's coming up next on the Good Morning Artesia radio show.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits fell to a new pandemic low, 267,000 last week, as the job market recovers from last year's sharp coronavirus downturn. Workers at 3 separate Starbucks stores in and around Buffalo, New York, are expected to begin voting by mail this week on whether they want to be represented by Workers United, an affiliate of the Service Employees International Union. The National Labor Relations Board's regional office in Buffalo, which approved the vote last month, is scheduled to start mailing ballots and count the votes on December 9th. On Wall Street, the Dow down 240 points, closing at 36,079. The Nasdaq down 263 to 15,622, and the S&P 500 lost 38 points to 4,646. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
To the brave men and women who serve and protect our country, Superior Express Car Wash in Artesia salutes you. On Veterans Day, Thursday, November 11th, owners Robert and Patty Duncan will give all United States veterans a free Supreme Car Wash, along with a $15 voucher for a meal at La Fonda Restaurant. Happy Veterans Day from Superior Express, Artesia's premier source for clean rides and streak-free shines. Located on North 26th in front of Walmart. God bless our veterans, and God bless America.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, prowl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. That Do Right. Do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Wait for it. It's coming. Spring River Park and Zoo present Race for the Zoo 2021. Saturday, November 13th, beginning at 9 a.m. It's a 5K with a 2-mile option. And you can run, walk, crawl, scuttle, whatever. With t-shirts for all races and awards and trophies for the fastest finishers. Proceeds go towards keeping our furry and feathered friends cared for. For more information, contact the Roswell Parks and Recreation Department at 575-624-6719. And register online at roswellconnect.com. Race for the Zoo 2021, November 13th, 9 a.m. at Spring River Zoo.
Through Presbyterian Medical Services, Artesia Family Health Center is your all-in-one provider for medical, dental, and behavioral health services. They have highly skilled professionals ready to treat your medical, dental, and behavioral health issues. Appointments are available via phone calls, video calls, and limited office visits to provide you a safe and easy way to take care of your health. Need a COVID test or vaccine? Artesia Family Health not only offers testing, but the Moderna COVID vaccine too. Call and learn more. 575-746-9848 or visit Artesia Family Health at 1105 Memorial Drive in Artesia.
Welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Why is that not working? Oh, I know why. I clicked a button, and then when I click that button, I have to click another button. So we got it squared away. Anyway, we were just talking. Carol's out of pocket today. So filling in is Mary Aguilar. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. How long have you been at the Senior Center?
3 years already.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You enjoy it?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, of course, a couple of part of that time, there wasn't any people there because of the COVID restrictions.
Yes, that's right.
But I bet you're glad that that people can come back in and enjoy
yes,
it.
we missed that, conversating with them and all that. We missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but folks are coming back, and you're open Monday through Friday.
Yes, we are.
And Carol talks like bingo's real popular. Some of the card games are real popular.
Oh, yeah, especially the card games and dominoes. Oh, they really like that.
Yeah, they enjoy that. Now, you haven't been able to have the dances, so those haven't been taking place.
No, not until we get rid of the mask.
Right,
So
right.
we don't know when. So.
Right, but at least you can do the other activities.
Yes.
And then the meals have kind of been restricted too, haven't they?
Yes. Well, the being close to people and all that, that's part of it. And yeah. And then we don't have dances or birthday parties, so there's no meals.
no meals. So, but everything else is pretty much back and
yes,
up and running.
It is.
And all that. Is there a particular area that you help out in at the senior center?
Well, I do a lot of the newsletter, and then I do, I help out wherever I need to help out.
Okay.
We're trying to get new programs started to, be a little different, a little bit more interesting. We've come up with a Green Thumb, and that's anybody that's interested in plants and learning about plants or can teach us about plants. We do that,
Okay.
And it's pretty good.
That's been pretty popular.
Yes.
Okay. And the Take Off Pound Sensibly group, that continues to be popular?
Yes, it does. We have a good little crowd coming in every Wednesday.
Yeah. I probably should start going to that, 'cause I need to take some pounds off. And it needs to be done sensibly, so we'll do that.
That would be a good place to start.
Good place to start. Now, the center is open today, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know the meal site is closed today for Veterans Day, but
we're open.
You're open. Well, good. Well, do you want to start? Usually, what Carol does just kind of goes through the schedule for the next week. So, you want to start with today?
Sure. Today, we're just honoring the veterans. Yes. Monday we had macrame. I'm going to go back, but
that's okay.
We had macrame from 10 to 11:30, and I think it's really interesting. The lady that comes in, she explains everything, how to do it really nice, and to me, I think that's a good class to take. On Tuesdays we have blood pressures. At 10 o'clock. Anybody who wants to come and get their blood pressure checked, they're welcome. Yesterday had Medicaid questions and answers. I learned a lot, but don't ask me any questions because I don't know.
No, you need to talk to your expert about that one.
Yes. But you learn a lot with all this stuff going on, and I need to learn. And anyway, we have we don't have nothing going on for Veterans Day, but we'd just like to salute them and thank them for the service they did for us, keeping us free,
Sure. Well, I'm sure some of them are going to go over to City Hall at 11, because that's when the Memorial Day program, or not Memorial Day, the Veterans Day program will take place at 11 o'clock. So we encourage any veterans or anybody that wants to say thanks to veterans to come over to City Hall at 11 o'clock today.
Yes. And then next week we have Green Thumbs, like I was saying, at 1, and anybody who's interested can come in. The rest of the week it's, a regular. And Friday we have the hearing service. He comes from Roswell, and he comes from 9 to 11. And anybody who's interested can come in. He doesn't take appointments. You just come in, so you can talk to him and see.
Does he help? I know he has batteries that he has for sale. Does he do anything with the hearing aids that folks bring in?
I don't know if he does anything there, but I know a lot of them drop them off with him, and then the next time he comes in, they pick it up.
Okay. Okay.
He does, and I think he does some kind of testing too, but I'm not sure.
Okay. But come in and find out
that's right.
on Friday, and he's there like on the first and third Friday of the month. So very good. Looking ahead, Turkey Day is coming up very soon.
Yes, and we're going to be closed those 2 days, Thursday and Friday.
The 25th and 26th of November, so we'll be closed. And probably watching the Cowboys play on Thursday.
Oh, yes.
Are you a
Definitely.
Cowboys fan?
I'm not really, but most of my kids are, so I enjoy it.
You don't really have a choice,
No.
do you? It's going to be on, and they're going to be watching
Yes,
it. So
yes.
have to enjoy that every year. So.
Yes, we do.
And you know what's kind of sad is now they have 3 games on Thanksgiving.
Oh my gosh, all day.
Yeah, they used to have just the 2.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was in Detroit, and then the second one was in Dallas.
And,
but now they have a third one on Sunday night. So they won't leave you alone.
No. No. No.
I don't know if I could watch 3 straight
That's
football
too
games.
long. That is too long. One's enough for me.
Yeah, well, and usually I'm napping through the game anyway. After a big Thanksgiving dinner, you
Or that turkey, what is it that you get from the
was
turkey?
it tryptophan? I think is what they call it there.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I know you do like on Thursdays you have the Texas Hold'em.
Mm-hmm.
Is that pretty popular?
Yes, it is. And on Mondays we have 42, and that's really good. Be getting more people coming in for that.
Okay. And then I know you have Train is another Domino's game.
Mm-hmm. We have that Wednesdays at 1.
Okay.
And then bingo, of course, at 1:30 on Fridays.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good. The seniors really enjoy that.
Do you play for prizes or?
Yes, for
you do?
prizes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do people, if a business or somebody wants to donate some prizes?
Oh,
is that
they're
okay?
welcome to. They really, that's all we play for is for prizes. A lot of people donate, and we go buy stuff. And and it's mostly just to have a good time and visit with everybody.
Okay. And you do that all social distanced, all
Yes, we
spread
do.
out?
We do that in the dance room where, the tables are more spread out and,
Okay.
so they can enjoy it.
Yeah, well, of course. So have you ever called the bingo game?
No. It's been close where I might have to, but no.
No.
Not yet.
That's something you're looking forward to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, is there anything else on the schedule coming? I do see on the 30th that you're going to be decorating the Christmas trees.
Yes. We're going to be, we'll have some little, I'm not sure. We might have some cookies and punch. But it's just to enjoy ourselves, have the seniors come and do their little thing if they want to decorate and all that, just to.
You'll have some trees around the center?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that sounds fun. And that'll be on the 30th?
Yes, at 9 in the morning.
9 in the morning. Okay. Well, that sounds great. Now, no pressure. Did Carol usually ask me a riddle? Did she send a riddle?
No, she didn't send me one. And the only one I had, I'm going to put it on next month's newsletter. And I thought, well, no, I'll give it away.
Yeah, you don't necessarily want to do that.
No.
That would be too bad. Thanksgiving, do you have a favorite food item that you enjoy most at Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
And really that's the only time I like it, but I have to have pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. I don't know why. To me, that makes Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, that's a very good choice. As far as the cranberry sauce is concerned,
I like.
Do you make it or the homemade stuff, or are you okay with the can where you?
I'm okay with the can.
That's usually what I get to do at Thanksgiving. Give me the can opener. I'm gonna make the cranberry sauce today. I don't know what it is about the stuff that's in the can, but it's just very
good.
It is good, and I love turkey, and I'm okay with turkey. Year round, but it's most popular around Thanksgiving. I can remember being a kid, we would travel across the state of Iowa to see my mom's parents, my grandparents on my mom's side, and they didn't have a really big house, but the living room we'd shove everything out of the way in the living room and set up a great big table in the living room. And one year, I guess I was naughty because they set up a kids table so the whole family is in the main living room, enjoying Thanksgiving, and I'm with one or two of my cousins in another room.
Boy, in another room
in
too?
Another room, yeah. We weren't even at the end of the main table. We were in another room.
Must have been bad.
I guess I was. I don't know, but Do you have a big family to come to your house, or do you go traveling?
What we do, it depends how my kids' schedules are,
Yeah.
If they're going to be off, we stay here. But if not, we go to my sister's, and she's got a pretty good crowd over there.
Okay.
We join.
Now, is she the cook?
No, we all take a dish.
Okay.
When we get together like that, everybody picks a dish, and that's how we do it.
Well, it sounds like fun.
Yeah, it is.
And then you got to watch the Cowboys game.
Yes, over there, yes, because it's nothing but boys.
Oh, my goodness. So, well, that's great. Well, Mary, thank you so much for filling in for Carol today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And you're welcome back anytime.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm glad I didn't get stumped by a riddle today. I don't think I could handle, not getting a riddle right today. So, but thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.
You got lucky because my computer didn't want to open up. I would have brought a riddle for you.
Yeah, those darn computers. So. All right, Mary,
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's going to wrap up the 8 o'clock hour, now that I have my clock set right. Coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, we've got our weekly visit with our friends from the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center, and then we'll wrap up our discussion with Michael Redman from the museum about the history of wars fought in New Mexico, and that'll be coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. And then as soon as that's done, boom, I'm out of here, headed over to Bash Veterans Park to get ready to be a part of that ceremony. Hope to see you there as well at 11 o'clock today. All right, this is KSVP Artesia, K229AS Artesia. That's the 93.7 FM thingy. We're going to take a break for some townhall.com news and be back with more news. I saw on the internet PETA finally went after Fauci, and it's about stinking time PETA joined on that one. That was a long way.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. A solemn Veterans Day ceremony about to get underway on hallowed ground across the Potomac from the nation's capital.
The president will mark the observance at Arlington National Cemetery by participating in the Presidential Armed Forces Full Honor Wreath-Laying Ceremony on the 100th anniversary of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Following that, Mr. Biden will give a speech paying tribute to the nation's veterans and war heroes. Greg Clugston, the White House.
When it comes to the polls, it seems President Biden can't get a break, even from CNN. 52% of those surveyed by the network disapprove of his job performance, 48% approve. With inflation raging now at a 30-year high, the president making the case for more government spending. And he claims his $1 trillion infrastructure plan will help to untangle the supply chain mess.
For American families, it means products moving faster and less expensively from factory floor through the supply chain to your home.
But critics, former President Trump among them, complain that only about 11% of the massive spending bill would go to actual infrastructure projects. Axios reporting that Democratic Senator Joe Manchin may delay a vote on the $1.75 trillion Biden Build Back Better plan until next year. On Twitter, Manchin writes that inflation is getting worse and that D.C. can no longer ignore the economic pain that Americans feel every day. Testimony has resumed this morning at the homicide trial of Kyle Rittenhouse at a trial underway in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Wall Street struggling to get back on its feet following yesterday's big losses. Right now, the stock indexes are mixed, with the Dow down 73 points, NASDAQ 123 points higher, and the S&P is up 10 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Nick. And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box so that family memories would be safe and could always be enjoyed together.
And this year, we're offering you early access to our incredible Black Friday sale so you can finally digitize your home movies and photos.
1 million families and counting have trusted Legacy Box to convert their aging media because Legacy Box is safe, simple, and affordable.
From fading over time to risks like fire and water damage, your videotapes, film reels, and photos aren't protected unless they're on a digital format. And with the holidays approaching, don't wait. Simply fill your Legacy Box and we'll take care of the rest.
This is the first time we've offered Black Friday savings this early, and it's the most meaningful thing you can do this holiday season.
It's time to relive your most important memories and take advantage of Legacy Box's best sale of the year.
Visit legacybox.com/lbox to get early access to our Black Friday sale. That's legacybox.com/LBOX for an irresistible deal. legacybox.com/LBOX.
Poland warns that more migrants are expected to make their way from Belarus to the Polish border today, trying to force their way into the country. Belarus accused of illegally sending migrants west in retaliation for sanctions.
The head of Poland's National Security Department, Stanisław Żarin, said he expected a day full of destabilizing acts. Poland and the EU say this is not a migration crisis, but a political one created by Belarus's authoritarian regime, whose goal is to destabilize the bloc. Brussels is preparing to expand sanctions against individuals and companies tied to Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko. With winter coming, this is also a humanitarian crisis. Migrants trapped between Polish and Belarusian guards are sleeping in the open air, and several have already died from hypothermia.
The BBC's Adam Easton reporting from Warsaw. News and analysis at townhall.com. Disciplinary action recommended for Chicago police officers involved in a raid gone wrong a couple of years ago.
The Chicago Police Oversight Agency Civilian Office of Police Accountability is recommending suspensions and some potential terminations of more than a half dozen officers involved in a botched 2019 raid on the home of a black woman who wasn't allowed to put on clothes before being handcuffed. In a report released Wednesday, the agency recommended between 1 day and 1 year of suspension for multiple officers and up to and including separation from the department for some officers. Police Superintendent David Brown has already moved to terminate one sergeant. Earlier this year, the agency noted nearly 100 allegations of misconduct by officers involved in the mistaken raid of the home of social worker Anjanette Young. I'm Mike Gracia.
And again on Wall Street, the Dow up 87 points and NASDAQ down 120. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Today's KSVIP is Chuck Joy. Chuck is celebrating a birthday on Saturday, November 27th. Chuck is also a World War II veteran. So on this Veterans Day 2021, be sure and reach out and thank Chuck Joy for his service during World War II and wish him a happy 101st birthday. Today, Chuck, you're going to receive a flower from Lovebud Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Chuck Joy.
They see me mowing my front lawn. I know they're all thinking I'm so white and nerdy. Just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy. I wanna roll with the gangsters, but so far they all think I'm too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Really white and nerdy. My class there at MIT. Got skills, I'm a champion of D&D. MC Escher, that's my favorite MC.
Hey, welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Thanks to one of our listeners who called. We're tracking down a... let's see. Okay, so it is possible. What we were talking about is the NMAA. These are NMAA events here this weekend, the volleyball tournament, the football games, and so forth. And they've gone to an online ticket only, which, Candace, that's not an unusual thing. I mean, people buy a lot of stuff online.
Yes.
You buy plane tickets online.
Yeah, but generally, like, you could generate some sort of printable, like, part of that. Like, you should be able to print the page.
Yes, yes. Well, beginning on Tuesday, when we learned about this for the volleyball game Tuesday and then the game Saturday, and it says on the website, you can't print this. You have to present the phone at the gate in order to be allowed in. So that's got a lot of people a little perturbed.
Right.
People that we know that don't have smartphones.
Right, because those still exist, non-smartphones, or like, you know what I mean? Or they bought it online
a lot
for
of people
like an elderly family member, so, and they're not going to arrive together. Like, that's just really inconvenient.
Yes.
I get the whole no touch, but you can still present a piece of paper that someone can scan. I don't understand the difference.
So apparently there are exceptions that will be made for individuals that have no ability to show their ticket via phone, case-by-case basis, coordinated by the host schools. And that's from the PR person at the NMAA. So we'll find out.
AKA extra work. Then they're going to put the extra work on somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the roundabout way of saying it's going to be a challenge.
It's going to be.
We didn't foresee this being an issue.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know how big an issue it really is. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're going to find out on Saturday. If there's a large percentage of people that just said,
forget it.
I'm not doing this. Mm-hmm. And that's not the goal.
Right.
The goal is to have as many people come to the game as possible. So I'm thinking if that, and we'll reach out to the folks here with the Artesia schools and see what they decide
and
to do.
Usually, the weird thing about that is, even if you don't want to collect the paper yourself,
mm-hmm.
you just scan it and tell the people to go on and they can hold on to their piece of paper.
Yeah.
So, there's still, if it's, for COVID regulations or whatever, it's still COVID safe because you can still scan it like you would from the phone, just don't take whatever they're handing you.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll figure it out, because in the one case and we've talked about it on the radio before, is the barking guy.
Yes.
He does not have a cell phone. And the other night for the volleyball, I called him up on his landline. And I said, hey, if you come to the game tonight, I'll buy your ticket. And what you can do is you can just let me know when you get here. Call me. Wait, you don't have a cell phone.
Right.
How are you going to let me know you're here?
Yes.
So I can let you in. But hopefully, we'll find out more. So if the NMAA is saying that there can be exceptions, it's on a school-by-school basis. We'll find out to what extent that they want to help out with that here at the Artesia schools. So, all right, 9:10, and there is a Veterans Day program today at Bache Veterans Park. And we're encouraging people, veterans especially, to come out to that. Starts at 11 o'clock. There will be Boy Scouts. There will be third graders. There will be the band. There will be a trumpet ensemble.
Great things.
Great things as we celebrate and honor our vets. We're going to announce the new names that have been added to the Wall of Honor, and then remind people how they can nominate people to be on the Wall of Honor.
Yeah. I remember my husband and father-in-law going through that process together, because they did it at the same time.
Yeah.
And that was really neat, just to have them be a part of that. So if you have loved ones that are veterans and they're not up there, it's great.
Yeah. It's not a hard process to do, so we'll do that. And then Mark Schinnerer from CARC is going to be the keynote speaker, and he's going to talk about the origins of the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, fun.
So that's a great story.
Yes.
If you haven't heard it or have forgotten it.
Yes.
It's a great story. Well, how are things at the Ocotillo? What did you do to your hair?
I straightened it.
Was that for Halloween? I thought that was like a wig for Halloween.
No, this is my actual hair.
It was your actual hair?
Yeah. Okay. I actually, funny story, it was not fashionable to have natural hair when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And so my hair was usually like this.
Okay.
Growing up until about the end of junior high school is when I started just leaving it curly, because it, you know what I mean? It's a lot. It's maintenance to keep it curly. Curly hair is super high maintenance, but I don't have to straighten every day. Funny thing is, when the season changes, it's so dry out here that and the water is so hard, my curls get really dry. And one way I put moisture back into them is by straightening my hair. And not putting it underwater for a little bit, which you think, oh, well, then you're using a flat iron or whatever to straighten every day, but usually it depends on how well I sleep.
I just thought it was part of your Halloween costume. And you were wearing a wig or something like that.
I don't. Nope, my hair, I'm a mixed person, so my hair straightens very well. So it does often, people are like, oh, are you wearing a wig today? And I was like, nope, it just does this. It has two different methods of being. It's either going to be really straight or it's going to be super curly, depending on what I've done to it. Yes.
There you go. Well, that's cool. Well, I thought it was a wig.
No, but that's there you go.
Your hair.
Yes, it's my hair, all of it.
All right. Well, what's left of mine is getting gray, so that's.
I'm actually really blessed that nothing's happened yet. Fingers crossed. We'll see how long that lasts.
See how it goes.
Yes.
Well, let's see. You, where do we want to begin on your schedule of events coming up?
Well, just to let you guys know that if you didn't meet with the community choir that was around last Sunday, handing out choral books. If you stop by the Arts Council, we can give you some information if you want to join the community choir to do Christmas songs.
What's his name again? Is it
Mike Askins?
Mike, and I met him because he was on this week. He is the music leader at New Hope Baptist Church. Coming down from Roswell with there with Jason Perry. And so he was on the radio this week because they're having a revival this week.
They had a revival
at the church. But he sounds very excited about this community choir that he wants to get going here in Artesia. So that's pretty cool.
Yes. We have a Nancy. Yes.
Okay, but not a Karen. No.
Not a Karen. No.
Hopefully not. How are you?
Good morning.
Excuse me for crashing your party.
No,
thanks for inviting me.
We love party crashers. But yeah, so we've got that, and they're very excited. Lindsay had mentioned to him that we sing, so we may or may not be joining in on that fun. But once we get it all set up, all of the ticket sales for that event, which will be happening December 16th, there will be a 6 and a 7:30 performance. Those funds they're donating to the Arts Council, which is very kind.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're looking for all parts, all singers, and he said he's going to keep the music fairly
Oh, yeah, it's great. Just Christmas
non-complicated.
music. Yeah, no, it's great. I got to look at it because he's like, here's a CD and a book because, you know, they want us all to be involved. So that's something exciting because they're going to start rehearsals this month. So just to keep your eye out if that's something you're feeling like you need to do some Christmas caroling.
Now, if you're just looking for something to talk to him about, you need to ask him how he's somehow connected to Billy the Kid.
Ooh, that will be fun.
There's a story there.
Yes, awesome. I kind of want to know that for sure.
Inquiry minds.
And then just at the end of this month, we've got Giving Tuesday. So all of that stuff is going to be going up, and you can learn how you can support us and be looking out for your other favorite organizations to support. Yes, of course, we want you to support the Arts Council, but it's really giving back to what you love. So if you love more than just the Arts Council, be looking out and seeing if they're having a way that you can give back on the 30th.
Okay.
And that could even be your time or energy. Some of it's not, they don't ask for monetary donations. Sometimes they ask for volunteers to come out.
Okay.
And sign up to be volunteers for the coming year. So,
now, do you have a way on your website, your new website?
And there's a tab that says Giving Tuesday.
Okay. So so you can click that button and initialize your. Okay, excellent.
Yeah. So we're pretty excited about that, and that's what we got going on this month. It's a slow month for us, so we're preparing for our December month, which should be a lot more exciting with preparing for Christmas and getting people, and families out. We've got our gingerbread house decorating workshop, which people will seem real excited for. So if you by chance don't want to buy a gingerbread house, we do need volunteers to help stick them together. And we will have a couple of events for that.
Because somebody bought like 500 gingerbread houses.
No way.
No. How many are there?
I haven't. No. I said I was thinking about 200.
Okay, 200
gingerbread
Somebody
houses.
thought it'd be great.
We
if
have
we
2
ordered
days.
200 gingerbread
Gene,
houses.
I had one leg out the door with that 500 nonsense.
Yeah, and there's no 500. I don't know what I would do with those. I guess save them for Christmas in July.
We can
But
have
you
a
do
big
need
party.
Yeah, we can have a party.
But you do need some volunteers to help put
Stick
those
them together.
Yeah.
It is a
Okay.
sticky task, but it's fun.
It's very fun.
It's fun. Our this artist of the so for November going back, we're getting the pop-up entries in. So don't forget to, once those all are up at the end of this week, then it will go up on Facebook and the website, and people can come in or vote online for their favorite options. And the prompt was culture. And so it's been really interesting to see the stuff that we've gotten so far, what they feel culture represents.
Okay.
And some of it's similar and some of it's not. We've got one lady who did something in yarn. It's a version of Starry Night.
Okay.
But with yarn.
With
yarn.
yarn.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So it's not just photographs or...
No, it's all medium. So we
That's
do
all
have
medium.
one photograph so far. We have some print pieces, hand drawings, the yarn, and a couple paintings. So
Okay.
so far they're coming in and they're different. And
That's
I really
nice.
like that there's a variety. So make sure you come in starting next week to see them in person because you can. But if you really can't get down, you can see them online. You'll be able to see them online.
Okay. Is there going to be some kind of a people's choice? Or?
Yeah. So
okay.
it's not juried. So it's all people's choice.
Okay.
And so we need you definitely to vote for your favorites.
Okay.
And then those winners will win things like gift cards from around town and be really excited. We're really excited about that. We got some from Sweet Confections. Cupcakes, woot. Different things. Businesses have been really gracious giving us gift cards for the winners.
Good.
But we need the community to vote. And you get to see, we've got 48 entries.
Wow.
So we usually do an art show in the fall, and our normal, I think Lindsay said we tripled the amount of entries that we usually get.
That's good.
This year.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so exciting.
I think folks have been tired of being pent up. They're
Well,
ready
and
to get out.
families did them.
Mm-hmm.
Families did them together, and I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so instead of just like, oh, I just had my kid participate, like moms and kids, like the families are participating, and I think that's really awesome.
Yeah. No question about that. So that's so the entries need to be in pretty soon, and then
Friday is the last day that they can turn in entries, and then after that, voting starts.
Okay.
So we will be working kind of at the end of Friday and over the weekend to make sure all of that stuff gets up to where it needs to be. So then that way, by Monday, people can just start voting.
Okay. I wonder if people can vote during. When's the deadline on the voting?
We will announce the winners before Thanksgiving. So I think they'll have a week. They'll have a week. Voting is a week.
I didn't know if they could vote during Light Up Artesia, but that'll
No, it's
all
not
be done
that.
by
That'll
then,
be down because our December install is we've asked businesses and nonprofits, and we even asked Shane, but he said no, to paint snowflakes.
Oh,
and put them.
I did say no.
Yeah, he did say he told us he wasn't going to paint one.
Did I say I was going to paint one?
We'll be doing painting kits for them. He said no. He said he was not going to paint one.
I did get asked though.
We did ask.
Yeah.
We did ask. So just in case, just to let you know. And
But I didn't know that's what it was all about.
Yeah, so we can hang him up. So with a message from all the businesses. So maybe he'll change his mind now that I've said it on air.
Yeah.
And have them hanging to incorporate the community into our December art. So it will be snowflakes, and we'll decorate really big for Christmas.
The email I got, we have a few extra left over. Would you and Tana like to do one?
Well, Tana's going to do one.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah, so therefore,
Yeah.
so maybe you'll change your mind. We do still have some. They're for December, and it will showcase businesses and nonprofits, and that's our art for December with holiday well wishes from the community.
Okay. That I didn't see it that way, but it was probably written that way, but I didn't read it that way, and so.
And now I have explained it that way.
Now
So
you've explained
pressure,
it that
peer
way.
pressure.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. No, all right. We probably ought to do that then.
Yes, and then we also have Nancy here for a specific reason. Nancy has been gracious enough to come back on as our Education Youth Director for the Arts Council, and we were very thrilled to have her.
Yeah, see, I wear 3 hats now.
3 hats?
For Artesia. I am still doing my private archive work. I am still doing my Arts and Culture District mural stuff, but I'm also going to be doing arts programming. So I just feel like the luckiest person alive. And I think that it's good timing, because I have, each one of these things that I'm working on is a different group of people and contacts. And, they're doing things are being done differently now post-COVID. And I don't know, I just feel really lucky that I get to be a part of that. We're doing new things in new ways, and I feel uniquely placed in our community to help with that. It's very exciting. I feel very fortunate and blessed. I'm very grateful.
Okay, so did you get given a list of programs you have to do, or do you have some programs that you want to bring to the
Well, yes, all of the above. We're going to be, looking at a new way of approaching the classes that we offer, and we want to know what people want. So please call us at the Arts Council if you have a request or something you'd be interested in. We also need instructors for those classes.
Okay.
We cannot all do it. We'd rather let the experts in our community share their magic, and then we can be a facilitator. And also, I think eventually there's some remodeling plans that will be going on that will allow us to, kind of upgrade the facility, and that will expand what we're able to offer as well.
Okay.
So this is really exciting. I'm looking forward to doing new and different things.
Oh, good.
And there is a contact form on the website. So if you do have those ideas, or you are an instructor, there's even a box that says, "Are you an instructor? Do you teach music, dance, whatever?" And it has a little button to click, and you fill out a contact form with a message, and it emails it to us.
Okay. When do you hope to start with classes then?
I think the main slate we're shooting for fall, right? The fall of 2022.
Okay.
In the meantime, we are going to continue bumping up programming. It may be workshops rather than full-blown classes. Right now, we do offer dance classes, guitar lessons, and drum lessons. And
Okay.
those are ongoing, and we'll be looking to expand that as we go.
Okay.
So,
dance lessons,
it's all happening now.
guitar lessons, and drum lessons.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll be expanding
Don't
on
mix
that.
those together, because that could be
It could
interesting.
be great, though. Think about
Oh my
it.
goodness! Like, if you could
Yeah.
figure out how to play the guitar and the drums and dance at the same time, now that is a hat trick.
That would be a hat.
Oh, well, you know what? Our dance instructor, Alexis Fuentes Pierce, I mean, if anyone could choreograph to that, it would be her.
It would be her. Yes.
Yeah, might
She's
have
got
to
moves.
put that performance on the schedule there or something.
Yeah,
like
there
that.
we go. Yes.
Yeah, pop up.
That'd be good. So you have there's a place on the website then if you want to
Yes,
reach
there
out
is.
to Nancy.
And with questions, or ideas, because or what you're interested in. Like, hey, we would really like to have XYZ piano teacher, whatever. Like, really would be invested, and leave us your contact info. So then that way, when we get that person in, we can be like, hey, come in, see if this is what you were wanting. We can invite people in. And just a reminder, when we are open, when we are having our open hours, and there's someone in the building, anybody can come. You are more than welcome to come, read a book, hang out, enjoy the art, get something from Sweet Confections because it smells great in there. You can't help yourself when they are open.
That's why
to
there's a
not
door there.
venture. Yeah, there is a door. And even if the door is closed, we still smell it. Thankfully, I don't have a sweet tooth, so I can manage like every so often. But every so often, they're like, "Hey, we're trying this new thing. Do you want to taste it?" And I'm like, "Oh no, like I shouldn't." But yes, of course, like please, and don't sell these to anybody else. Like you can just bring them just right over here.
If it wasn't for those stairs at the Ocotillo, we would all weigh about 600 pounds. We would be on TV.
No exercise.
They had they called me. I came in to talk to them, and Melissa was like, "Do you want to try something tasty?" And Caleb's like, "Don't do it, Candace." And I was all like, "Should I be worried? Like, what is it?" And it was freshly made bizcochos.
Oh no!
And they were warm, and I was all like, "Oh my goodness!" She's like, "I told you not to do it," and I was like, "I have no regrets."
No regrets at all.
No regrets.
But that's another reason to pop in from time to time at the Ocotillo. Now, generally, when are you open?
So our open hours, we start opening at 10. And we're open till 5. Generally, yes, right now there's still 2 of us. So if we have a meeting, we'll put out like, hey, we'll be right back. But sometimes, especially if you let us know, like, hey, we have family in town or we want to come, we'll make sure that we have someone there, especially ahead of time. And that contact form has been really interesting to have on the website because we've gotten several messages already where people have popped in and left us a message. So you can call us. Our voicemails actually get emailed to me, which comes into my phone, so I check them during the day if I haven't been able to be in the building. So generally, our opening is at 10 a.m. So after this, we'll go over and open the building. And if the door happens to be locked and it says open, that means there's one person in the building. We have had some characters come through Main Street. And as a safety measure, we leave the door locked, but that does not mean we're closed.
Right.
That means we're in the building. We're just trying to be as safe as possible.
Yeah.
It's
It's happened
security
here.
thing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we had to do that everywhere I've ever been.
Yes.
Yeah. The worst example of it, I think, was in our Roswell office with the building we're in Roswell. At the beginning of the pandemic, people were coming in and going to every bathroom on every floor and stealing all the toilet paper.
My goodness.
Oh, goodness.
And so they had to lock that building down, and now there's a key fob entry, and you can't get in unless somebody lets you in type thing.
Oh,
or you've got a
boy.
fob. But that was in Roswell. We had one guy walk through, and he was just singing. He just walked through the whole building singing, and then left and went out. And I said, sorry, we play records. We don't put them on live. You need to go to the Ocotillo. So it's probably my fault that he came over there and tried to sing for you guys.
Oh no, he did not try to sing. He inappropriately hit on me, and it was not okay. Different guy. And then we had another guy who came in during one of Kelly's paint classes with a crowbar. And so, but thankfully we had gentlemen there because I guess he felt brave. He saw a bunch of women, but we had some gentlemen, and that scared him off. Not that any of those women weren't as dangerous, because I think that was a mistake on his part, because assuming that they would be not ready to protect themselves, but
they were ready.
Yes.
Mural project that you mentioned that is one of your hats. The sunflower mural at the Ocotillo has been well received.
Yes,
it has.
And then you've got the other one going on now.
Yes,
by the Stripes.
So
right?
welcome to Artesia one. Yes, that is going to be our huge, splashy, pulling people into our downtown, and
well, that's great. I'm glad
hopefully be part of a big, mural trail that I'll be working on this winter.
Right.
Well, that black backdrop just did it. You know what I mean? Wonders. Like, it already looks like it just jumps off the wall.
When we cleaned that thing, I thought, oh, it's charcoal gray, and then I was out there with our artist Michael Fish, and we were washing it off, and we realized, holy cow, it's black.
It's black.
But he had to, because of the location, he had to treat it with a special degreaser product to
get it clean.
Really clean it. His tape wasn't sticking.
Oh,
And then those foggy mornings, the humidity was hard. So he's out there, as his weather conditions will allow him to be. And he's a pro. I leave him alone to do his job. I'm not on site with this one.
Yeah. You said, well, I helped with the sunflower. I should help with this one.
I did too. They let me paint on that one.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you would say, And they didn't let me paint for good reasons. I'm thinking this. I may have just made a mistake. But, we'll see if we can figure something out.
We'll be doing more community participation projects in the future.
Excellent.
Sure.
Was there anything else we need to talk about today?
No, just be prepared. The Arts Council website is artesiaartscouncil.com. Go and leave your comments. Go see what we've got going on. All of this stuff will be on our Facebook for the pop-up, which is really important. I want a lot of focus there. People are bringing in their art, and like I said, over Friday and the weekend, we'll make sure that we get those pictures up, and they are numbered, not named. So they are numbered, so unless you really know the person, they're like, hey, that's my artwork. It's anonymous.
You vote by the number.
You vote by the numbers.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Nancy. Congratulations on your third hat.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm getting good at juggling.
Yes, she's great. Yeah.
All right. And Candace, it's always good to see you.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week.
Sounds great.
All right. We're going to take a break, get the Zoom room open up, and welcome in Aaron Irving. That's coming up next on Good Morning Artesia.
The Bulldogs are back on the hunt for the NMAA 4A state championship. And this Saturday afternoon, your number 4 ranked Bulldogs are back home at the Bulldog Bowl, taking on the 5-seed Trojans of Mayfield High. KSVP AM and FM and KSVPTV.com are your home for all the action. Join Joby Hodling and Robbie Ballou for the Faith Baptist Church Sideline Show at noon and kickoff at 1. Bulldogs versus the Mayfield Trojans. This Saturday starting at noon on KSVP AM and FM and online at KSVPTV.com. There's magic in the air. The 40th annual Holiday Magic Art and Craft Show. Friday and Saturday, November 19th and 20th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds, featuring a variety of unique handmade creations by artists, artisans, and crafters from New Mexico and Texas, mixing returning favorites with many new exhibitors. Featured artists include Judy Alvarez and Wandine Phipps from Artesia, New Mexico. Find an array of unique crafts such as fine art, jewelry, pottery, glass and woodwork, women's and children's apparel, leatherwork, stuffed bears, and sweet green chili. Tasty treats like pumpkin rolls by Deborah Lucas, Keek's Tie, Sandra's Roasted Corn, mini donuts by Karen Hendricks, and plenty more. Door prizes including nativity sets, paintings, gift certificates, and more. Admission is $2 and kids 12 and under are free. Google Holiday Magic 2021 to learn more. Holiday Magic, November 19th and 20th at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Put a little magic into your holiday season. Pecos River Oilfield Services LLC, a leader in the industry, is currently hiring full-time general laborers and Class A CDL truck drivers. Come work for the pros now. Pecos River Oilfield Services offers competitive wages, vacation and holiday pay, and the chance to work for an industry leader. If you or someone you know is a perfect match for this opportunity, apply in person at 189 South Donaldson Farm Road in Loving and join the pros team at Pecos River Oilfield Services LLC. Pecos River Oilfield Services LLC is an equal opportunity employer. Hi, this is Social Norman. Your Eddy County DWI program cares if you make it home. DWI is socially unacceptable. Nearly all drivers feel it's unacceptable to drink, then drive. Here's a little rhyme to help you remember. Pedro walked back home, by golly. His kids were there, and his wife, Molly. He knew better than to drink and drive. He wanted to make it home alive. Don't drink and drive. The Eddy County DWI program cares. Community action, reaching everyone successfully.
Hey, welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Aaron Irving joins us from Oakley & Irving Wealth Management. And you've got a nice wall honoring our vets today.
Yeah.
So that's good. Is that the state of Virginia? No. What is that in the white?
Oh, that's a soldier.
Oh, it's a soldier saluting. I see it now. There's his ear.
Yeah.
Okay.
With my head in the way, it kind of ruined the...
Yeah, I didn't recognize it at first, but now it makes sense. And then, of course, you've got a naval aircraft carrier task force there.
Yeah.
And Army uniforms over the years, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like all the way down to the Revolutionary War.
Yep, that's good. And they're in the shape of a V for Veterans Day.
Yeah.
The second planting of the flag on Mount Suribachi?
I think so.
Yeah, that's the second one. The first one was not quite as dramatic. And
they added one to make it a little bit better.
They made it a little bit better, that's right. We owe them all. That's true. Thank you, veterans. And we've got the Veterans Day program in Artesia and in Carlsbad. Artesia today is at 11. Boy Scouts will be posting the colors. Mark Schinnerer, we mentioned this. He's going to be the guest speaker. The third grade choir, and they're going to fill the entire park, the third graders.
Excellent.
So instead of cramming them all in on risers in front of the wall, there's the grassy area between the wall and the city hall. And so they're just going to spread out through that whole grassy area to sing. So they're going to fill the park with singers today.
Very good. As long as my day cooperates, I'm going to try to walk over there.
Well, I know how that is. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good
Never know how the day's going to go.
Yeah. John sent me something pretty interesting. It's a little long. I can't read all of it here today, but perhaps you've seen this. It's the Bill of No Rights.
Oh.
We, the sensible people of the United States, in an attempt to help everyone get along, restore some semblance of justice, avoid any more riots, keep our nation safe, promote positive behavior, and secure the blessings of debt-free liberty to ourselves and our great-great-great-grandchildren, hereby try one more time to ordain and establish some common-sense guidelines for the timidity, whiny, guilt-ridden, delusional, and other liberal bedwetters. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that a whole lot of people were confused by the Bill of Rights and are so dim they require the Bill of No Rights. So Article 1, I'll just mention a couple articles here. Article 1, you do not have the right to a new car, big screen TV, or any other form of wealth. More power to you if you can legally acquire them, but no one is guaranteeing anything.
Very good.
So I like that. That's Article 1. You do not have a right to a new car or a big screen TV.
Very good.
Yeah. And then Article 2, you do not have the right to never be offended.
Right.
This country is based on freedom, and that means freedom for everyone, not just you. You may leave the room, turn the channel, express a different opinion, etc., but the world is full of idiots and probably always will be. And I will add,
be with you always.
yeah, and I will add one sentence: don't be an idiot.
Right.
So we'll share some more of those over the next couple of days. But I'm kind of thinking this is maybe we ought to teach this in the schools instead of that critical race theory.
Get rid of
garbage.
that entitlement mentality that is trying to ruin our country.
Yeah, I've seen some articles on Fox News and stuff that some of the private institutions across the country, critical race theory has been implemented.
Oh, wow.
And parents just don't know.
Yeah.
And as we saw in Virginia, I think it's time for people to rise up and pay attention. And tomorrow is the public hearing day for the critical race theory, the social studies standards.
Yeah, the virtual hearing.
Yes. They didn't even have the guts to do that, did they?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think people need to be a little more vocal now about their kids' education. So.
Yeah.
And in New Mexico, it's at the state level. It's at the state level. You're going to have to.
Yes.
You're going to have to get in front of these people, and you're going to have to explain to them that they're not in charge of your kids' education. You are.
Right.
And
absolutely.
We understand there need to be standards. We understand there needs to be accreditation. We understand all that. But that doesn't mean that you can start teaching crap in our schools. Yeah, that's right.
Creating division. That we should be, the great melting pot is based on unity and not division.
Somebody turned off the flame under the pot.
Quit melting, yeah.
Yeah. Think of it as the fondue. No.
Fondue that holds this country together.
And we put lots of things in the fondue and the chocolate. And it all tastes wonderful. I'm going to stop because I'm going to get in trouble if I keep going. So I'll wind up being a quote of the week with the barking guy.
Uh-oh. I get there once in a while.
So what do you have for us today?
Well, I got a story. I translated it for current time, so I may mess up here. But,
okay.
Bear with me if I do. So it's 2022, and Biden's weakness has encouraged Xi Jinping to send his army to take over the U.S. mainland. As they cross the southern border into Texas, they hear an American voice over the hill. One American soldier is better than 10 Chinese soldiers. The Chinese general laughs as he sends 10 men over the hill to capture it. There's gunfire for a minute, then everything goes silent. Finally, they hear the same voice again. One American soldier is better than 100 of yours. Annoyed, the Chinese general sends 100 men to capture the hill. Suddenly, there's gunfire and bombs that are going off for 10 minutes, then everything goes silent again. Suddenly, the same voice yells out, one American soldier is better than 1,000 of yours. Enraged, the general sends 1,000 men accompanied with tanks, artillery, mortar teams, and tells them not to return until the hill is theirs. For half an hour, just bedlam and craziness, bombs, explosions, gunfire, screams, and death all around, and then it goes silent again. One Chinese soldier can be seen crawling back from the hill, severely wounded and battered. Before the general could say anything, the soldier says, "Don't send more troops, General, it's a trap. There's 2 of them."
There's 2 American soldiers.
Yeah.
That's good. I like it. And it's, I bet there's some soldiers out there that are going, yeah.
Right.
Well, I hope folks get to go to the Veterans Day programs. There's one here in Artesia at 11. There's the parade in Carlsbad, I think, got started a few minutes ago and is winding its way down Canyon to Green Street, and then they're going to go east on Green Street across the Baton Bridge to James, and then go south on James to the Carlsbad Veterans Memorial Park. I haven't been there in a while. That's a nice park
It is. They've really done a lot with it. It's come a long way.
Yeah, and Dennis Bankson is the featured speaker. He actually piloted the Huey chopper that is in the park.
Yeah, that's neat that they were able to track him down to be the pilot of that chopper.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a great story. So if you're in Carlsbad, go to that event. If you're here in Artesia, if you get a chance, come to the Artesia event, listen to the third graders sing, and honor the vets. And even if you don't get to go to one of the celebrations, if you've come across a vet, thank them for their service today.
Absolutely.
So that'd be the good thing to do. I saw a story on the internet. This must be true. As fuel prices skyrocket across the country, already dealing with porous and insecure borders, the Biden administration confirmed it will shut down an oil pipeline in Michigan so it can be repurposed to carry illegal immigrants into the heart of America. And they're going to call it the Voters for 2022 XL Pipeline.
I see.
Yeah. So it's apparently that's what they're going to do with that pipeline. They're talking about shutting down. Is they're going to run illegals through it and bring them into the heart of the country.
That's a good idea, but run it on up to Canada. Like it goes from Mexico into Canada.
Well, that would be reverse it. Send them from here up to Canada. That's a Babylon Bee story, by the way. So it's but we're laughing because
it could happen.
It could happen. Did DeSantis threaten to send the illegals that they're shipping into Florida up to Delaware?
Yes, and I've been saying that needs to happen. Well, I've been saying send them to D.C. and all the, those blue states. But that's what we need to do. Those people that are making this stuff happen needs to start enjoying some of the fruits of their labor.
Take responsibility for their actions.
Yeah.
If this is so important to you, then the camp is going to be right outside your house.
Every border state needs to just drive up the Greyhound buses.
Yep.
Right there. Come on in. We got you some lunches packed. Going to be a 20-hour bus ride.
Yep. But we're going to take you
in your new home.
We're going to take you to Nancy Pelosi's house. We're going to take you to Washington and all that. Hey, that's Michael calling, so we probably ought to get your market report on here. So.
All right.
Here's Aaron.
This is Aaron Irving with LPL Financial, member of FINRA and the SIPC, bringing you your mid-morning stock market report for Thursday, November the 11th. U.S. stocks moved higher today after hot inflation data and surging bond yields sparked a sell-off in tech stocks yesterday. The S&P 500 ticked up 0.2%, while the tech-heavy NASDAQ composite gained 0.8%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was lower, led to the downside by Disney's 8% drop. Tech names rallied today after October's consumer price reading pushed up bond yields yesterday. Spike in rates pressured growth pockets of the equity market. NVIDIA rallied more than 2%, while AMD added more than 1%. Big tech stocks like Facebook parent Meta and Google parent Alphabet both rose as well. On the downside, Disney shares fell more than 8% after the media giant missed on the top and bottom lines of its quarterly results. Disney Plus subscribers also came in short of estimates. The bond market is closed today for Veterans Day, but the stock market is still open. Yesterday's inflation report showed the consumer price index, which tracks a basket of products ranging from gasoline and healthcare to groceries and rents, rose 6.2% in October from a year ago. This is its highest level in 3 decades. Following the CPI data, traders moved up their expectations for when the first Fed rate hike would occur. The Fed funds futures market now sees greater odds of the central bank's first full rate hike coming in July of 2022. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is 40 points lower at 36,039. The S&P 500 is up 12 points to 4,659. And the NASDAQ composite is 133 points higher at 15,754. West Texas Intermediate crude is up 23 cents a barrel to $81.57. Stocks of local interest. Holly Frontier Corporation is up 45 cents a share to $33.95. Walmart is 28 cents higher at $148.72 a share. EOG Resources is up $1.33 per share to $95.62. And Oxy Petroleum is 60 cents higher at $32.42 a share. This is Aaron Irving with Oakley & Irving Wealth Management, serving business owners and energy industry professionals in the Pecos Valley and beyond. You can find us at oiwealth.com or at our offices in Artesia and Carlsbad. You can call us at 575-887-7075. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA, and the SIPC.
All right, Aaron, thank you very much, and you have a wonderful day today.
All right, you too.
All right. Let's turn our attention now to Mr. Michael Redman. He is from the Artesia Historical Museum and Art Center. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
And happy Veterans Day to you. I don't know if you're a veteran or not. I have never asked.
No, I am not.
Okay. Didn't know if you had anyone in your family that's a veteran, or...
You'd have to go back a few generations. I had some... I know my grandfather was in the, I think he was in the Civil Air Patrol during World War II, so he never really went beyond patrolling for U-boats and things like that. But going back a lot further, I did have ancestors who were in the United States Army throughout the 1800s.
Wow, okay.
1700s.
Quite a ways back. My father was Navy, and my father-in-law was Navy, so I had both sides of my family. They were Navy folks, so appreciate their service as well. You've had a very interesting series for the last few weeks. You've been talking about battles, wars that were actually fought on New Mexico soil, and you have the fourth in a 5-part series that we're going to talk about today. So let's go ahead and talk about the next battle that you want to discuss with us.
The next one was 1861, and it was the return of the Texans, quite literally.
Sounds like a name for a movie or something like that, you know, the return of the Texans.
And it was a lot of instances and incidents that would be worthy of a movie, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Civil War. The Civil War, of course, was mostly fought on the other side of the Mississippi, but when it started, there was a call for volunteers throughout the entire United States because there was a need for soldiers. Out here in New Mexico, before the war, there were a lot of regular soldiers, U.S. Army, mostly 5th U.S. Infantry, and the various cavalry regiments. When the war started, they all were ordered to go back east to help with the fighting over there.
Okay.
Which created a need for volunteers here to protect New Mexico. But it also created some interesting situations where the Apache people saw the army leaving and thought they won.
Okay.
But then everything changed in July of 1861. Because in 1861, July 23rd, that's when Colonel Baylor led a group of about 400 Texans from El Paso north to attack the town of Mesilla, which is right by Las Cruces.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, they took Mesilla, and then various detachments spread out from there, going towards California through southern New Mexico, which at the time Arizona was part of New Mexico, going all the way to Tucson. And then other detachments went towards Fort Stanton, and throughout August and September there were skirmishes between the United States Army and the Texans, and a small group of Arizonans who joined up as well and fought with the Texans. What's interesting about all this is that 1861, the population of New Mexico was there were a lot of Anglos from the East Coast, from the other side of the Mississippi, but for the most part they were people who came from Missouri and Texas.
Okay.
which meant that a lot of the people of English descent in the territory were somewhat inclined to support Texas, particularly the ones who came from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
However, the Hispanic people in the territory were quite against it because they didn't like the Texans returning again. And for the most part, outside of a few wealthy Hispanic people, there was very little local support for the Confederacy here.
And Texas was a Confederate state.
Yes.
Okay.
And it became quite apparent in 1861, late 1861, when the United States Army left. They had burned a lot of bridges with the Apache people when they did.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason why leaders like Cochise were quite angry with the United States government, because on the way out they managed to execute his entire family. So when the Texans arrived, the Apaches didn't really see a difference between Texans and the United States Army, so they had a bit of a rough time, and Colonel Baylor finally ordered his forces to kill or enslave all the Apache people they find, which the Confederate government in Richmond quickly told them to don't do that.
Mm.
But there was a lot of skirmishing, a lot of small fights between the United States and Texas, between Texas and the Apaches, and the Hispanic population, for the most part, just protected their towns and did not really participate with the Texans. It wasn't until 1862 that there was a really heavy fighting, and the Hispanic people pretty much entirely fought with the United States to drive the Texans out.
Interesting in all that. Now, Baylor, is that any historical relation to the university that's in Texas?
I believe he was the brother of the founder.
Okay, all right. This is a somewhat familiar name, and you said they started from El Paso. Now, was El Paso part of Texas by this time, or was it still part of Mexico or New Mexico?
That all depends on which part of El Paso you're talking about, because originally the town was on the southern side of the Rio Grande. And then when the United States annexed the area in 1850, that part of the region was given over to Texas as part of the Compromise of 1850.
Okay.
And the town on this side of the Rio Grande was named Franklin at that time, because at that time the only community on this side of the river was the ranch that belonged to Benjamin Franklin Coon, who started to build a little town on the side of the river.
Mm-hmm.
And that eventually was renamed El Paso, and the original El Paso was renamed Ciudad Juarez. So it was part of Texas.
Okay.
But a very remote part of Texas.
So did eventually the Texans, as the war back east changed, did the Texans then eventually leave New Mexico and give up the territory to the United States, or were they defeated and pushed out?
They were defeated because in late 1861, I think it was December, that's when a large group of reinforcements arrived under Henry Sibley, who was originally an officer in the United States Army who renounced his commission and joined the Confederacy. He was given commands by the High Command in Richmond to lead a much larger force of Texans, about 3,000 of them, north from Mesilla to eventually capture all the major towns in New Mexico, then into Denver, and to capture the gold mines around that area,
mm-hmm.
and then leave garrisons throughout, and then eventually go all the way to California. And they thought it would work because they knew that there were sympathetic people scattered throughout the West, and they managed to raise some guerrilla forces in Colorado and New Mexico of pro-Confederate, mostly people from Texas and Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
But it did not work out too well. They marched from Mesilla. They attacked the United States Army forces at Fort Craig at the Val Verde Ford. They managed to defeat the United States Army, but they did not have enough supplies and siege artillery to attack the fort itself.
Mm.
So they just left the army there intact and just continued marching north. Then they took Socorro and Albuquerque and Santa Fe. The United States burned all the army depots there. The Texans managed to get some supplies and food. But then they continued on to the Glorieta Pass. And there, another group of United States soldiers, a mix of the 5th Infantry, 3rd, I believe the 3rd Cavalry, and a lot of Colorado and New Mexico volunteers were waiting for them.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened at Glorieta, the Texans attacked and drove the Colorado infantry and United States infantry back in a very slow battle, fighting withdrawal. But while they were doing that, the New Mexico volunteers went up the Glorieta Mesa, down the Glorieta Mesa, behind the Texans, and burned their camp, destroyed their wagons, and drove the mules into the woods.
So that left them with no supplies or provisions, and they just would have eventually starved to death, I guess.
Yes, and so they eventually realized that at the end of the day, and they retreated back the same path they followed. So the Texans went back to Santa Fe and then down to Albuquerque, and then there was a brief skirmish at Peralta where neither side really wanted to fight a major battle because they knew the Texans were retreating, and they didn't want to risk capturing a lot of prisoners. There simply wasn't the space or the resources at that time for prisoner of war camps in New Mexico.
Well, I bet Richmond was a little bit disappointed in the actions of the Texan Army not capturing their objectives.
They were, but they didn't really research the person they put in command. Sibley was a well-known drunk.
Mm.
And in fact, I would not necessarily say he was like an alcoholic sort of drunk. He just, at that time, they knew that health conditions, or they thought that health conditions could be resolved with patent medicines, and those contained a lot of alcohol, and he was chronically sick, so he was chronically drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And so at Glorieta, he spent most of the battle in an ambulance drinking patent medicine.
Well, Grant drank a lot too, but he seemed to do okay in the war. I guess it just depends on what you're doing while you're drunk.
Well, Grant also sobered up.
That's right.
That helped a lot.
That did help a lot, as opposed to what Sibley did. That is really interesting, and because I've heard of the Glorieta Pass battle, but you've kind of outlined all the events that led to that, and how that eventually resolved itself and resolved in the Texans heading back, I guess, with their tail between their legs and heading back to El Paso.
And while all this was going on, there was another group of forces, the 3rd U.S. Artillery, a couple of other small garrisons from California, and a few thousand California volunteers who marched along the same path that the Texans originally took. So the California force retook Tucson and drove the Texans out of southern Arizona.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And that force eventually took El Paso.
I see. And took it back for the United States from Texas, or from the Texans, I guess.
So eventually, everything they tried to gain in 1861 just fell apart completely in 1862.
Yep. Very interesting. Well, we'll look forward to next week's visit and the battles that you discuss next week. Veterans Day is today. I know you are open today, and are there some exhibits there that maybe touch on veterans or Veterans Day that folks may want to take a look at?
Yes, we have an exhibit in the Art Center, the Honoring Artesia's Veterans display. The display of local veterans, their photographs on the wall for everybody to see, with some information as well about the military. It's the annual exhibits with some changes here and there. Updated text panels, text panels with more color and more information.
Okay. And that will be on display for how long?
Until December 4th.
Okay. So you've got the rest of the month to go by the annex, right? Or not the annex?
Yes. Well, the Art Center.
The Art Center.
Annex. It's the modern building.
Gotcha.
But we do ask that visitors stop by the old house, the Ward House, first.
Okay. And check in there, and then take time to go through and check out that exhibit at the museum. Michael, as always, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. I always learn something, and I look forward to our visit next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. Michael Redman from the Artesia Historical Museum and Art Center. Well, that is going to wrap up our Veterans Day broadcast for today. We are headed over to Beish Veterans Park for the program, which will be at 11 o'clock. Hope to see you over there. If not, we will have it on KSVPTV.com, and you can watch it there, or go back and watch it after the event itself takes place. Another quiet night tonight, but we've got volleyball and football tomorrow, and football and volleyball on Saturday. So we'll remind you of all of that when we get back here again tomorrow, 7 to 10 on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Have a great day. Thank you to all the veterans for all that you do and all that you've done for our country. We do appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you at the park today. Stay tuned. Clay and Buck are coming up next. Today's KSVIP is Chuck Joy. Chuck is celebrating a birthday on Saturday, November 27th. Chuck is also a World War II veteran. So on this Veterans Day 2021, be sure and reach out and thank Chuck Joy for his service during World War II and wish him a happy 101st birthday. Today, Chuck, you're going to receive a flower from Lovebud Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Chuck Joy.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty nice daytime high temperatures over the next couple of days. Looks like the weather pattern will stay fair with high pressure moving in behind a cold front. Sunshine today. Our afternoon highs around 70 and a little bit breezy, but not too windy. Overnight will be clear with upper 30s, and then we're looking at mid to upper 60s for the high on Friday and sunny. We're back to the low and mid